2-1 in overtime. Next up, the USA will play Slovakia in the semifinals tomorrow afternoon. Joe, good morning.
Good morning, Woody. And yes, we're getting closer. The one thing I'm really looking forward to, I'm not ripping the Winter Olympics. I'm not. Everybody might have their favorite event. We're all different. That's the beauty of sports. We all have different players we like and different sports we like. It's okay. But the one for me is getting closer to happening. But they both got a little scary yesterday. Canada and USA had to go overtime to get wins. And now Slovakia and plays the United States, and Canada and Finland. And then it could happen. Hopefully will happen. So they'll play on Friday to see who's going to play for the gold medal. And, oh, boy, that will be a lot of fun to watch. By the way, finally, Heat basketball is going to be back tomorrow. They're at Atlanta, 29-27. Tyler Hero apparently is getting closer to being back from his rib problem. He's played just 11 games. Everybody knows that, and everything else. So we'll see. 26 left for them to see if the goal, of course, is to get out of this play-in thing that they've been and can't get out of over the last few years. Even though they had a little bit of success with it, it's a rough way to go. And so anyway, we'll see if they can jump up, get hot here. As I said, 29-27. Put together a little winning streak here, get on a little win 8 of 10 or something to get themselves back out of that 7 and 8 spot they've been flirting around with and jump into the top 6 where they don't have to go through that play-in thing, which anything can happen with that. We got more Dolphin news. By the way, we're going to have Dolphin news every day, basically. And it came out yesterday. But again, if you haven't been talking about it, then you haven't been doing your homework that it could happen. And by the way, I'm not so sure it's just the Dolphins may be looking to trade Minkah Fitzpatrick. I think Minkah and his agent could have said, hey, if you want to move us with what you're doing, Minkah be up for that, to have a chance to go to a team that's got a chance to win. So, it might be his choice as well. He and his agent may have already are making those conversations happen. And the Dolphins could be exploring to see what they could get from Minkah Fitzpatrick. There's a couple other guys. And so now everybody's looking to see with 2 of our younger talented players in Jalen Waddle and Devon Achane, right? 2 good young players. Clearly, you'd love to keep both those guys, and everybody's kind of watching social media to see what kind of message they might have. Well, first of all, I got to believe that John Eric Sullivan and his head coach, Jeff Hafley, have spoken to both those guys and given them a heads up on how they feel. I think they understand. It's not something new. When you go through something like this, you better be talking to the guys that you really like and tell them what's going on, tell them the game plan, tell them where they fit in, stroke them. Or if you don't, sooner or later, you're going to start getting little things on social media. You catch them on a bad day, and there might be a message that insinuates they might want out. So I don't think that's been the case. Again, I don't follow all the social media stuff that all the guys, I know a lot of people do, like to know what all those guys are thinking and with this going on. And, it's part of the drama in the family right now. And we're redoing this thing. We got rid of some guys already. And where do I fit in? And what are we trying to do? I don't know if I want to be part of a team that could have a rough year and all those things. But the one thing the good GMs do, and the good front offices and the good coaching staffs at the top is communication. When you know what you want to do. And today's players, more than ever, you got to be straight with them. That's one thing in the old days. They didn't have to tell you. And sometimes they didn't tell you. And they did what they wanted. And so it was kind of like, this is what it is, and you'll like it. And you kind of moved on. But today, yeah, communication's kind of a big thing. So I'm guessing John Eric Sullivan has reached out to the guys they really do want to keep and plan on keeping. And now, I don't know how those guys feel back about it. And, obviously, those guys can start for a lot of teams, can be a big part of a lot of teams. Buffalo Bills, no question in my mind, tried to make a run at Jalen Waddle last year with their offer, which I think would have been a first-round pick for next year, and offered something else this year, and the team said no to one of our former first-round picks, and so this stuff's going to pop out every day, though. There's going to be rumors and speculation, and sometimes it's going to be leaked by the agents. Sometimes it's going to be leaked by others that are close to people in the know, but there's going to be a lot more happening with this football team. If you thought those 4 players are going to be the only ones, you're wrong. There's going to be a lot of different things. We said not just guys getting released, but also some guys that have trade value that are still really good players that other teams could want, and give the right draft pick. I don't know what the right draft pick is. Minka Fitzpatrick, what is that, a 4th round, 5th round, maybe a 3rd round, but I don't know, because he's got a pretty good salary, too, that would be off the books for the Miami Dolphins, too, and everybody knows that. Anyway, so we've got all that stuff. We got a big show coming up here this morning. Got a lot of people. So we're hitting the UM thing hard today, man. Jay Lucas going to join us, 21-5, off to a great start in the ACC in their first year. A hell of a story so far with what he's put together on his team, and we'll talk to him coming up. Also, JD Artiaga is going to join us, the Canes head baseball coach. We'll talk to him. They're 5-0, got another win last night against Indiana State. So they're playing great and getting some lot of offense, and a lot of guys playing really well there. Got to get some little more pitching here, but that hopefully will come around. But anyway, we'll talk to him. Kim Bokamper is going to be in the house a little bit later on, and Jeff Darlington will join us. We'll talk some NFL with him. Nobody, and I've said this since anybody that's known me, nobody knows our coaching staff better, our head coaches, especially a couple, Adam Gase and Mike McDaniel. Nobody knew him better than Jeff Darlington, who has known him for a long, long time. And so anyway, we'll get caught up with the NFL news with him coming up, and later on in the show, we'll have all that stuff. By the way, too, haven't talked much about this. The DCC is next Saturday at Hard Rock Stadium. Huge fundraiser. Dolphins Cancer Challenge. Sylvester Comprehensive Cancer Center between the University of Miami and the Miami Dolphins. They have raised a ton of money. I believe they're going over $100 million for what they've been able to do for the cancer center down here in Dade County. It's just been unbelievable. So going to be a lot of people. Just continues to grow. Record numbers again this year coming up. And we're going to try to do our part with a 2-hour show. We do this, try to do this every year. But we're going to be, for people that want to get in on the bid, Woody, anybody interested that would love to do a 2-hour show, we'll find a time. I'll come in with you. We'll get Woody in here with you as well for a 2-hour show on the weekend, a Saturday or Sunday that works around the radio station and works around your schedule. And it will be on the FM 104.3. And all that money will go to Sylvester Comprehensive Cancer Center. So we'll be doing that for a while. And by the way, you got any time the off season, you can do it around the draft or anything else, and have some fun. Bring in your buddies, pump up spots. You can do all the spots you want on your company or what you're doing or your favorite charities. It's your 2 hours. It really is. And we got some extra seats in these beautiful brand new studios. And so we'll be doing that. We'll be telling you more and more about that stuff as we go. But yeah, it's next Saturday. A lot of people are going to be out there. It's great. A lot of former players come out. Some of the active players come out. A lot of people in the organization aren't working. It also happens to be the same time as the combine. But yeah, ride, run, walk, but cycling's big. I'm now down to the walking. I'm off the bike. The bike is officially history. But yeah, they got some great stuff. Something for everybody, and it's a big party. There's a concert at the end of the day, so they're doing a lot of great stuff. It's just it's grown. It's a whopper, man. When it comes to charity events down here, it's at a different level than you've never seen. But there's so many people out there and you'll recognize a lot of people out there. It's fun. It's just a really, really cool event. What they have built out there from scratch to where it is now is just amazing, and raising so much money, so much money because of all of you. A lot of people are cancer survivors or have been through it with family and friends and come out in their support. So can't say enough about the event. We're just trying to do a little piece for anybody Mike likes sports and want to have their own 2-hour show set up with us in here to come in on a Saturday or a Sunday. We'll work it so everybody works out for everybody if you want to do it. So anyway, just make a bid on an amount of money, and again, our signal is nice and strong. Covers all your friends in Dade, all your friends in Broward, and all your friends in Palm Beach and North with this 104.3 signal that we now have. God, Woody, how'd we ever do everything with that little AM thing when we just had good old 560, man? I can't really hear you. Well, listen, you can hear us now. You can definitely hear us now. So anyway, we've got a lot of stuff going on here, a lot to get to here this morning as well. And I love the take. This Malik Willis, this free agent, everybody's coming out with their free agent list now. Everybody's going to rank, besides players getting ranked for mock drafts, which is obviously very popular because everybody's got a mock draft. Matter of fact, we might be the only ones not doing a mock draft, Woody, because everybody, even local guys who know absolutely nothing, and they shouldn't be doing mock drafts, are going to be doing mock drafts. So they're going to be coming out from everybody, but also the top free agent list of players will be out there. And the Malik Willis thing is very, very interesting from the amount of money he's going to be asking for. His lack of experience. The upside is when he did play with Green Bay, he was really good. He was really good as a fill-in. They able to win some games with him. He put up some good numbers. He can run. He's got a strong arm. He just hasn't played very much football. When you start talking about a couple of games and the numbers are not really there, and he's been in the league for a few years, still a young guy, and you're going, paying a lot of money for upside. I know it's a quarterback position. I know it. I like him a lot. And listen, I'm as guilty as everybody else. I think when you heard about Malik Willis, for a lot of us, we ran to the highlights of the games that he played in last year. And you go, okay, he can run. He can throw it. Okay. I mean, you just like to see it a little bit more. It's hard to pay on potential. I know the draft's a different animal. You draft a guy, you're going off his great work, basically in the minor leagues, better known as college football, and you're going, okay, I think this guy's game is going to do real well. That's why we have the draft, the 7 rounds. But the free agency, when you haven't seen a guy a lot, how much money do you pay? How much money? God, I had a bunch of guys. We talked about this yesterday. How much do you, they go, Joe, we know you like Malik Willis, but how much do you pay Malik Willis? Just in case he ends up just being another guy, a big, comfortable Band-Aid till you get your franchise quarterback. What if he's not? There's a better chance he's not, actually, since there's not that many special guys. I mean, to be realistic about there's a good chance Malik Willis is going to make some nice plays, going to have his moments, but is going to kind of fall in the middle of the pack. There's a good chance that happens. Those special guys, those frontline guys where you go, we got our franchise quarterback. Yeah, there's probably a better chance that doesn't happen with Malik Willis, that we're talking about him being a franchise quarterback. So how much do you pay a guy like that? And who's going to jump up there and go, screw it, we got to take a chance. If we coach him up with what we have on our roster, we think he can really help us. How much you paying? Again, just not a lot on tape. Don't get me wrong, I call some teaser. He's got some teaser highlights now. He's got some great runs. He can run, no question. He can make some throws. He keeps plays alive in the pocket. You'll see making some great throws in the red zone on the run. Do a couple down the sideline. Nice throws in terrible weather. Those look good on the resume. But how much? Not, and by the way, not just here, but 2 or 3 other teams that might be teased by Malik Willis that don't know him as well as our guys. He's a Green Bay guy. He's on the 2-year Green Bay plan too, man. So our guys know him. Just curious what Jeff Hafley, who worked with him every day, he was a scout team quarterback when he was getting his defense put together for game plans every week. And John Eric Sullivan sitting up there evaluating with the rest of the front office of Green Bay, having a chance to watch this guy up close. Yeah, we'd like to have you, but how much are you willing to pay when you talk to that agent? That's going to be an interesting one. That's going to be, how much do you pay for a guy that just doesn't have much on the resume? All right, I'll tell you what, let's talk about something else this morning. Recovery Unplugged. Love talking about Dr. Barry and his staff at Recovery Unplugged. Helping a lot of guys out there, helping a lot of people in general. But, hey, man, new year means a fresh start, new goals, and a chance to reset. If your mental health needs a comeback season, all right, you've been in a funk. All right, breakups in relationships, you got dumped, you lost your job, just it got in a bad place and you can't get out of it, right? You need some help. Well, if your mental health does need that little comeback, Recovery Unplugged Behavioral Health is here to help you with a beautiful mental health residential program right here in Fort Lauderdale. They've helped over 20,000 people nationwide with expert care, music-based healing, innovative treatments like ketamine therapy for depression, anxiety, and trauma. Make this the year you put yourself first, right? Work on yourself first. Call 954-737-4508 or visit recoveryunplugged.com. New year, new you. Recovery Unplugged. Heal out loud. And welcome back, and a good morning to everybody out there. Man, how you doing with Winter Olympics, Woody? I'm just curious. It's on all day, and I know you got your schedule a little different with mine with young kids. And
I don't want to lie to you, Joe. I've not
Nothing.
watched a lot. No.
Jamie, you watching at all there, bud? You've been watching?
I've just been watching the hockey. The other events, no.
Man, by a guy that played hockey his whole life, there you have it right there.
The timing is not ideal, right? Of these hockey, like 3:10 is.
The problem is I missed the end of it if I start watching it because I got to start, picking up the kids and get the day going.
I put it on during the day just out of habit of watching something that's a sport.
Well, like some of that stuff, though, like cross-country skiing and all that, like that could certainly help you if you need a nap during the day. But...
So, I'm glad you said that. So I have great respect for those guys, that cross-country going up those hills.
Oh, no, I'm sure it's grueling.
And I'm just thinking I'd be puking and be able, and they're going pretty good speed, and then they hit it down and around and all over these mountains.
It's incredibly impressive what they do, but it's coma-inducing to watch.
It is just, you don't know them. It's not a sport. We've kind of gotten our brain through watching certain sports growing up and that and stuff. But then you got the hockey, and it's your guys. We got teased. Listen, they set us up for what could happen here real soon. Little Canada and United States again. And they're going to play like it's a game 7 of a Stanley Cup. I mean, they're going to play that. It's going to look like the Panthers in Edmonton, like nothing left, bro. Here we go. Bam.
But I was talking to Jamie about this the other day. There doesn't seem to be a lot of buzz even around the hockey. Like that Four Nations thing we had a year ago, like that thing like took center stage for sports. There's just no buzz around this thing, man.
So
I don't know why that is. But
I do know.
It's middle of the afternoon.
It's a great question. By the way, it is such a great question.
You feel that too, right?
Yes. And that's kind of where I was getting to. So to me, that's, if you would have said before this thing started, and we got some athletes from down here, and, I'm always careful because I know they put in a lot of work, get that gold medal, something they've worked their ass off since they were little boys and girls to get there, and then 4 years to compete, and you got to beat a lot of people out in your own country, and you're there. You're one of a few to get a chance to represent your country in the Olympics. Cool as hell. Just the coolest thing, no matter what it is. Summer, Winter Olympics, it is. But we have our favorites, and this week we got a lot of guys on our team. We got one guy, the Kachuk, I consider the Kachuk brothers, but representing the United States. He's a big part of our Panthers team. And then we got, 3 guys from Canada that are representing, that are play for the Panthers. And again, what a great teaser. And that event they had, I mean, it was great. Listen, that whole thing they put together for the break of hockey last year was fantastic. Just unbelievable. But I think when they do that breakdown thing, I just don't. It doesn't look like it. It just, they treat this hockey thing. I don't think they'll treat Canada and the United States like it, but they do. They treat it like curling. I mean, it's. I don't get that sport.
I've heard more people talk about curling than I have the hockey.
That sport, I probably should read. I think Bo actually, because Bo's got way too much time on his hands. Bo actually read all of it, and he said, it's actually cool once you get to understand it more.
Bo would like curling.
Well, he's at that age where he's like in all this stuff.
Join a league, maybe.
But I got to tell you, the whole thing, man, I do feel like, wow, the United States and Canada with all the superstars and all the great players, and it's like, yeah, just another event here. I'm with you.
I feel like they need to do a better job of promoting it. Like yesterday, they had a quarterfinal game in the morning, and it wasn't even on TV. The only way to watch it was like on Peacock. Like you had to go to another streaming service in order to watch that game. Like last year, the Four Nations was, plastered all over every single thing that you're watching. There was commercials for it. They were hyping it up, and it was on national TV. So like, I think that has something to do with the hockey not, getting as much buzz too. Because those games yesterday were great. 3 out of the 4 went to overtime. Canada was on the ropes. Like, Czechia had them. And
Spoken by our number one hockey fan right here, too. I mean, you
see they were trying to kill Crosby? Crosby missed the end of the game.
Oh, my God, he got crushed.
Yeah. He missed the whole third period.
They can check hard. They just can't throw punches. But that's no fighting, but you can definitely, yeah. I hope he's okay, man. I like him. I like Sid the Kid. No longer a kid, but still was he? Like 36 years old now, but still a really, really good player. Yeah, man, I can't wait. I hope we have that. But, they do this same thing with some of the events I like in summer Olympics, and it's just not a priority. It's some of the events, that, and again, that's what's great about the Olympics. It's got something for everybody. I tell you what I'm not very excited about is to watch the men in flag football. That do it for you? Guys play. I love flag football for the kids. I think it's great. It's a great alternative to not playing tackle football. Keeps kids still wanting to be around football and still have their favorite players and grow the sport even more. But I think it's great for the women. I think flag football for the women and seeing it grow in our high schools down here, think it's great. I do. I like it. So
I think whatever they're able to play is great, man, as long as there's some sort of audience for it. But it doesn't have to be for everyone.
No.
But if there's an audience or there's a way to make money doing it, then great.
There are certain markets that love the Winter Olympics more. I'm guessing this place is not a big Winter Olympic place. I know a lot of people go.
Talking about our town?
Yeah, South Florida.
Of course not.
But I got to tell you, out where I am, where I grew up, where a lot of those athletes live in the Sierra Nevadas around those ski resorts. There's 7 or 8 real quality ones. It's big up there. Stuff's big. I just never got into it as a kid, but it's they got Squaw Valley's had the Olympics at one point and still have all their stuff promoting the old Olympic signs up there when you go to Squaw Valley if you're just outside of Lake Tahoe there, and they got great skiing up there that people, really like. So anyway, I don't want to get carried away on this whole thing. It's on every day, and I have it on, but I'm not really catching it. The number one person seems like, and I'll leave this alone because I'm not going to do this to everybody all morning. Seemed like they really promoted this Lindsey Vonn thing, right? That was that seemed like the commercials. And
yeah, because she's the only skier anyone can name.
She's beautiful. She's doing it again.
Do you know any other active skiers?
No, I don't.
Okay.
So but I know her.
Yeah, sure.
From her dating,
yes.
No, she dated.
No, that's one of the reasons she's famous.
She had a little tiger there for a while. She had a little tiger by the tail.
She did have tiger.
Anyway, of course, everybody's had a little piece of tiger at one point. All right. Hey, there was no reason for that. Hey, we got a
nice shot there. He's going to play the Masters.
Good for business.
Great for business. Another sport that has
what?
A bunch of athletes nobody wants to watch. Athletes. Golfers.
So you're going to start ripping? Is this
no.
Will you come and start ripping golfers? Is this what you do?
No, but the fact that they need Tiger to play in the Masters is pretty sad. They probably can't even walk.
They don't need him, but since he is one of the greatest golfers of all time, if not the greatest
golfer. But that's not a good situation that it would be the best story of the Masters. That would be the reason most people are going to tune in to see him play. When I assume he won't be able to make the cut, right?
It would be hard, yes.
I would assume that's probably where
First of all, he hasn't even played competitive golf. Like, you can't just hit golf balls in your backyard or down to your favorite private club.
But that's why people will tune in. They'll tune in to see if he can make the cut and then if he can make some sort of run.
I think anything Tiger does, people are still going to think that, yes, he can turn back.
He made the comeback and he did win there. And
yeah, he did. He did one of those. Yep. That was about 17 surgeries ago. No, I'm being serious.
No, I know you're right.
The guy's got all these surgery. Every time he gets healthy, he goes, Achilles, another surgery on my back. And he names some, you're going, I didn't even know that. I had my back operated on. I was like, I haven't heard that one.
But at least, like, you talk about the individual sports, like tennis seemingly has moved on. Tennis has some guys that are fun to watch. Right? Like, they're not dying for Nadal or whatever to come back and make an appearance.
Yeah,
but golf, if Tiger were to play, it would be
So you're
the only
right.
thing people would care about.
You're right. Tennis has been able to make the move because they got two young superstars and they have Joker still playing at a really high level at 38 years old. Unbelievable. You're right. Although, if you're to do a popularity contest, I think Alcaraz done a really good job of catching up to those guys. Not there, but Federer and Nadal are.
Oh yeah, but I don't think they're dying for those guys to make some comeback appearance.
No. On behalf of the Miami Open, let me just say this:
You want Federer to come back for the Miami Open?
No, but we do want Alcaraz and Sinner and Joker there.
I saw that they're having trouble getting the tennis players to play. They're not thrilled with the calendar. You see that?
We have one problem here. We have one problem. They like coming here. We don't have the problem. They like coming down here for a couple weeks.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, Sabalenka and all these gals, they live from Palm Beach down to Miami. They a lot of them live here, have a home here. So that's not the problem. The problem is Indian Wells has theirs on the same court, the hard court, before, and a lot of those guys
that's a higher ranked tournament now, isn't it? Indian Wells?
I don't think so. I think it's all the same points.
Okay. Because I know they used to call this one was like one of the fifth majors, right?
I don't remember ever saying that. But
this one was a big one down here, especially they played in Key Biscayne.
I know the fifth is up in Jacksonville for the men's tournament. They call that the fifth major up there. But I don't know if it's the same amount of points. Okay. I do know that. It's big money. The Miami Open.
I know that Indian Wells tournament has gotten very popular.
Well, that guy spent a lot of money and he did a great job out there. Wealthy guy, and he's put it's beautiful. I haven't been out there. I'd love to see it. Have not seen it yet, but I don't like it affects some of our guys get a little banged up and then they're not here.
Yeah.
We get 4 or 5 that check out on us and you lose some of your best women, same deal. But there's a lot of great players right now. I'm with you. Good point. There's a lot of really good tennis players.
You think Tiger plays the Masters this year?
No.
It seems unlikely, right?
So there's got to be
back surgeries are not good.
There's got to be part of his ego if he's out hitting and going, holy crap, I don't want to go out and embarrass myself. I don't want. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I don't want to miss the cut because physically where I am, I don't want to miss the cut by 5 or 6 shots. Where I'm sitting there and everybody's cheering as I'm trying to stay away from a 78 and a 78 or something. So,
you know what's going to happen? He'll say he's going to play. He's going to have some long shot odds, and everyone's going to bet
he's going to try
$1 billion on him to win the tournament.
Part of his greatness is he thinks he can win.
Remember he came back a few years ago, and he was the most bet golfer to win the tournament. He didn't even make it through the first round.
He goes, I'm not playing in a tournament. This is his great line. I'm not playing in a tournament unless I think I can win it. I'm not going out to try to make the cut so you guys are all happy and going, hey, I get to play on a Saturday in the first group going out because I barely made the cut. That's not my goal, and I'm 18 strokes back.
I'm just here to boost TV ratings.
He doesn't care about that.
I know.
He wants to win. But he teased me. Well, I'll tell you what, he can get a lot of people. He starts playing on that senior tour with the rest of those guys, the old guys out there.
Yeah, I don't know about that, man.
He's talking about playing it.
I know, but I don't know how many people are going to watch that to watch Tiger.
What you don't think?
The senior tour?
I think people start going out there. Yes.
I mean, as much as I do like watching Tiger, I do think there's part of those tournaments are pretty cool, right? Like the Masters or the U.S. Open.
Yeah. Well, what are you gonna do, Woody?
Senior tour.
You guys 50 years old.
I'm saying I don't see myself parking it on the couch and watching the senior PGA tour.
No, I just think it's good. They don't. Hey, there's a big drop off from the regular tour to the senior tour. I agree with you.
Yeah.
But I mean, hell, first of all, they drive a golf cart around there and even walk, just to give you.
Well, I'm fine with that. Speed the process up a little. They said Tiger would need that anyway.
Oh, he said he wouldn't do it. He won't do it. You got to get some special rule. They don't.
The Tiger rule?
No, they don't let guys.
No, I know you can't use a card. I know.
Yeah. Okay. I didn't know if you knew that, mister. You play so much.
No, I have watched the PGA Tour before. I know.
I didn't know that. I didn't know if you had a chance.
But Tiger might have trouble walking those courses.
Well, if he can't do that and he knows he can't walk up and down the hills.
How many back surgeries has he had? Back surgery is not good.
He's had a
bunch.
I know. He's had a bunch. Hey, we got to go to break here. You've added nothing to this except negativity. Somehow you got it.
Fine.
Over
I'm very
the
excited for the
friggin' goal.
senior
No,
PGA
you don't get
Tour.
excited about anything. You're a miserable human being in the morning. Hey, I'll tell you who's great at what they do. Baptist Health South Florida. Man, I got to tell you, what a great sports medicine program. One of the tops in the country we have right here in our backyard. Where do the pros go? Enter Miami, the Heat, the Panthers, the Miami Dolphins, FIU, FAU. All trust those great doctors that they put together. Great specialists, great team doctors, and they all work together. And you put specialists, some of the top knee doctors and shoulder and foot and ankle, hand doctors, back doctors, hip and knee replacement, Achilles. Then you go with great facilities they have like Doctors Hospital and Coral Gables to Hard Rock Stadium next to the training facility and 595 and Pine Island Implantation. Hey, the next time you have an injury, all you got to do is visit baptisthealth.net/ortho to see those great doctors and get you healthy, get you back out playing the sports you love the most. You know how this thing works. You're competitive. You didn't stretch. You forgot to stretch as much as you usually do. And there's usually an injury that follows. Baptist Health South Florida can take care of that for you. All right, welcome back, and good morning to everybody out there. It's a lot of stuff going on here. We're getting rolling again, and I can't wait. Yeah, Canada and United States, each one win away from facing each other for a gold medal, and it'll have some serious competitive junk going on in that sucker. Those guys going to be playing really hard to win that gold. And I didn't realize United States has not won that since 1980. So, the Kachuk brothers, they've been very open about wanting to win this thing. And, of course, Canada has done it just a few times. And so we'll see. We'll see what happens. But tomorrow, Slovakia and United States, Canada, and Finland. And you better be careful. Don't be looking ahead. Don't be looking ahead. It would be a big, big mistake.
Don't overlook Slovakia, you're saying?
I don't know about Slovakia, but don't overlook Finland. We got a few of those guys, don't we? Jamie, we got a few of those guys on our team, right?
Yeah, Lundell. No Barkey.
No Barkey. Well, they miss Barkey. Hell, we miss him.
is over there too. So yeah, a couple Panthers on the Finnish team.
Anyway, I'm guessing the teams that are really good, I don't know this, but probably have a lot of NHL guys on the team. They're not all-star players, but they're guys that are on different teams or have been up and down from the big team back down to the minors for sure. All right. Hey, listen, we've got a bunch of other stuff to get to. So the news came out, if you're just joining us, that and yesterday, Minkah Fitzpatrick could be traded. Well, that's been talked about. That's not breaking news. Whether it's Minkah Fitzpatrick wanting to be traded and doesn't want to go through this rebuild, or it could be the team saying, hey, man, you make too much money. We're going to try to move you. If we get the right, if we get the right draft pick, we want to move you. There's no question this team would love to get more draft picks and develop. It's the cheapest way to do business is getting guys that can come in and play right away for you, especially when you got some serious cap stuff. This this Tua thing that we have beat up now for months, I don't know what's going to happen. Everybody is trying to figure out what they can do with the money. Are they going to be stuck with them? I think one thing's for sure. I think everybody realizes we're going to have to eat a lot of that money. There's nobody out there that's that stupid. Not even the Jets are that dumb that they would go, Tua, he's beaten us a few times. We'll pick that up with $54 million. Give us. Nobody's going to do that. Nobody. You may have to throw in a draft pick, and but you're going to be paying for most of that. Most of that's going to come out of your pocket. The Dolphins will be writing checks no matter where Tua ends up next year. They're going to be paying a lot of that money.
So you see him on a roster next year?
I do.
Obviously.
Yeah,
okay.
Just because there's a shortage.
Do you believe, like I've told you, my concern with signing a guy like that, besides the fact that he's one concussion away from retirement,
that's a big one.
You would have to retool your offense to fit his limited skill set, right? Like a lot of isn't the point of a backup that you can just kind of plug him in, right? When you need to win 2 or 3 games when the starter's out, you plug the guy in. You don't have to change everything for him, and you just keep going. Isn't that the point, right, of the backup? You're supposed to slide in there, and Tua can't do that for any team.
He's very limited, yes.
So you can't just okay, our starter's going to miss the game, Tua, you pick it up. It just doesn't work that way with him.
Do you realize after that Monday Night Football game, really, I mean, I know we've trashed, and I see people putting stuff out that Bo and I trashed Tua nonstop, and
very mean-spirited stuff.
Whatever it is,
yeah.
I just look at man. I know Mike McDaniel didn't say anything, but his actions were a lot more powerful than what I say verbally about the guy. I can tell you that. He called him in and said, "You can't play. You're killing us. I have a better chance." He said this. Quinn Ewers gives us a better chance to win. That's why he's playing. He didn't have to say anything else.
Well, the question, too, is how forthcoming were they about any injuries he may or may not have had,
I
right?
don't know. I don't
Which
know that.
I thought they did him a massive disservice. If he actually was hurt, they could have just said, hey, the guy's hurt, we're shutting him down. Instead of saying we're benching him and just killing any value that he had. But
The problems he has don't go away.
no, I know.
This thing with the arm thing, this is not new.
But would you bring him in as your backup? Like, would you want a guy that
No.
can't run the offense
No.
that your team is running?
No.
That to me is the big problem. Like, he's got to have that, Mike McDaniel timing throw offense.
The only thing you're going to hear that he has is a quick release and anticipation throws are all. But everything else around him has to be perfect for him to have success. And that means quality receivers, really good running game, a good offensive line that can pass protect. Hey, he did some things, and we let it go a little bit, in my opinion, down here. Matter of fact, the announcers did a good job. I felt like we didn't do a good job. He had a chance to throw, and this is a little thing. And again, I see, look what you did to me. You did it again. He had a chance to throw one in the end zone before the half. He took a sack. He didn't get sacked. He took a sack. He could have stayed back there and just let it go. Now, either my belief was, and the announcer said it on TV. By the way, thank God for our TV announcers, for as much as they get ripped. They did some great work with Tua. They're going, hey, man, I don't think he felt he could get the ball. That's why he didn't throw it. He didn't think he could throw it in the end zone. That he was going to show he knows.
Well, I think we know he can't.
But that would expose, if you go to throw it and it's 10 yards short or 5 yards short of the end zone with no time left. And I think he's aware of that. The one hit away, he can't run. I mean, he's just limited. But somebody will pick him up because of what he did a couple of years ago. If he's on the cheap, they're going, all right, he gets hurt.
Maybe.
You paid all the money. Dolphins are paying all the money. So
the problem is, if you're any other team and your quarterback's questionable through the week, Joe, and you find out, late in the week he can't go, what are you going to do? Are you just going to roll Tua out there?
He is truly.
You can't do that with him.
I can think of the only quarterback right now that is one hit away, one concussion away.
Yeah.
From somebody saying, that's it. You need to stop. You got your money. Stop. Don't do this.
I would almost be surprised if he starts another NFL game.
That's fair. I don't know.
I would be surprised.
All I will say to that is a lot of guys get hurt.
To be quite honest, I'd love to see it.
The Jets started 3 quarterbacks last year. You want to go through all the quarterbacks?
No, I know.
Guys?
But I would still be surprised if he starts again for another team. But I would like to see if he could succeed somewhere else, because all these Tua people seem to think it's just all
maybe.
the Dolphins.
Hey, listen, maybe. Hey, he probably going to get a chance. If
you think so?
Well, again, what I just said. It's not that they're bringing him to be the guy and counting on him to play 17 games. It's just so many guys are getting hurt. Do you see some of the things that were thrown out there late in the year? Did you see some of the quarterbacks who were playing?
Texter said, I'm all for Tua being gone, but in his defense, if McDaniel's offense is so complicated, would a more simple offense be player-friendly for Tua somewhere?
Well, by the way, that's a problem if your quarterback doesn't know the system. He's been the same guy.
I just think Tua needs a specific offense designed for him. That, to me, is the problem. Not too complicated, not too easy. It just needs to be tailored to his needs.
Mike.
And you can't do that with a backup.
Mike designed that thing specifically for him.
Yes.
He can't do any more. He can't do any more.
But no other team is going to do that. They're not going to design an offense around a backup.
Well, I'll give you a good one if you're wondering. I don't know who the backup quarterback is with the Chargers. You brought it up. If Mike liked them so much,
I can't see that happening.
Let him go back up Justin Herbert and see. Justin Herbert, there's a good chance he doesn't make it 17 games the way he's playing. He's going to run a lot. Anyway, hey, we got to go to break. We got 7 o'clock hour coming up. JD Artiaga, Canes baseball head coach, going to join us coming up. We'll talk to him at early 7 o'clock. Speaking of some baseball.
Trey Lance, by the way.
Trey Lance.
And DJ Yagugale from FSU.
So there you have it.
Those are the Chargers quarterbacks.
So I ask you, who would you want?
They're not a lot of good choices there, no.
There you have it. to answer your question, you don't think he's going to start again. There you have it.
Yeah, not very good choices.
All right, hey, let's talk about World Baseball Classic. My God, it's right around the corner. March 6th through the 17th. It is one of the best sporting events we have down here, that World Baseball Classic. And if you've seen Dominican Republic and United States and Venezuela and Puerto Rico play against each other through the years, I don't need to tell you any more than that. The amount of people that come here to see and how important baseball is in these countries. Japan as well. You start throwing them in, well, it's back. March 6th through the 17th at Lone Depot Park. You can be here for the tournament's biggest games, and boy, they got a lot of them. Dominican Republic and Israel, the Netherlands, Venezuela, all these teams will be here. And listen, it's going to be a hot ticket. And if you're looking to go, check out the roster. You're going to see a lot of guys you know from Major League Baseball that are getting ready right now. Hell, it's right around the corner. They're getting themselves ready to go as they represent their countries in this great event. So get ready to go. Great crowds, unbelievable atmosphere if you haven't been to a World Baseball Classic. But it's going to be here, returning to South Florida from March 6th through the 17th at Lone Depot Park. And be some great games there. Go to marlins.com/WBC. That's marlins.com/WBC for the World Baseball Classic.
WQAM broadcasting live from the Ed Moore Saga.
Doral Kia. Visit us at Doral Kia, DoralKia.com. Starting Canes baseball beat Indiana State 6-2 for their 5th straight win to start the season. Next up, Miami hosts Lafayette for a 4-game series beginning tomorrow night. In the NBA, the second half of the season kicks off tonight. The Heat will be in Atlanta tomorrow night to take on the Hawks. And the USA Hockey beat Sweden 2-1 in overtime. Next up, the U.S. will play Slovakia in the semifinals tomorrow, Joe.
All right, Woody, we got a lot of stuff going on. I love the other part of this thing, and we talked about yesterday about now all the top picks. We do this every year. We just critique the hell out of them. All the guys expected to go the highest in the draft are the ones that get critiqued. Either your age, you're productive, something physically, you got short arms, all these things pop up. And I don't know, man. I'm just kind of breaking this down, and I listen. Everybody's got an opinion on it. But I just go back to one fundamental thing. I don't know. This just – and then this has to do with Canes players and Indiana players as well. They played against the best competition in the playoffs. Whether you think Notre Dame, would have been better in there. But overall, when it got down in some of the teams down at the bottom that you probably thought shouldn't have been there after they got their ass kicked in the first game, they were out. You're playing against a lot of guys that are going to be high draft picks and really good, winning awards for best offensive lineman in their conference, best pass rusher in the conference. All the awards from all these big conferences were left. And if you're playing well in that competition and you're playing against guys really good that are going to get drafted just like you are, and some of the best offensive lines, and if you're a pass rusher and you're putting up numbers, there's really a good chance. I mean, for me, man, this is doing a lot of the hard work for the NFL teams. Because sometimes guys do put up, during the year, guys will put up good numbers against bad competition, and then when they play against better players, they kind of disappear. It's true. It does happen. I understand it. But, man, these playoffs, when you start talking about Ohio State, Texas A&M, Ole Miss, Georgia, you're playing against really good players that have – a lot of them are going to get drafted. A lot of them are going to fill out the first few rounds of the draft. And so, for me – I mean, I know you still got to do your homework and do the background checks and find out if they love football and find out if there's any demons in the background. Is there mental health issues? I mean, I get it, man. You're paying them a lot of money. You got to make sure of all that stuff. But, boy, I'll tell you what, if you've got those guys playing, because they played an NFL schedule for you, man. They played 16 friggin' games. Some cases 15 if they got knocked out a week earlier. They played a lot of games. Some of those guys got banged up and still played. Hell, by the end of the year, it's like NFL. There are a lot of guys banged up. They're just younger. But it's a pretty good test of how good somebody's going to be. Like, I think Mendoza is going to be really good. I do. A little awkward physically, but he's got some junk to him. He's friggin' tough. He ain't backing down from anybody that jumps in his face. I think he's a leader. And more importantly, he makes throws late in games. He makes throws down the middle, back shoulder throws, under throws. Indiana didn't have a bunch of blazers at wide receiver. They didn't. All their routes and their success was on timing routes. You don't see a lot of highlights with Indiana guys running out and running away from guys. But they'll throw it. They're not afraid. If you're covered, we're going to throw it behind you. We're going to underthrow it a little bit so while the guy's overrunning you a little bit on thinking you're running a takeoff, I'm going to throw it to your backside. That guy makes all those throws. And I know we made a big deal about this, and Woody was down there, and we watched Tom Brady with the owner of the Las Vegas Raiders down on the field, and they were down on the field for one reason. At that point, they knew they had the first pick in the draft, and they're watching the best quarterback to see. They saw quarterback sneak at the end of the game, quarterback draw, not sneak, quarterback draw for the touchdown. bounced off some people, took off and ran a few times, physically got knocked around a little bit in that game. He kind of got NFL hit by that pass rush, which is the best one he faced, by the way, by far all year. Didn't face anything close to that, what the Canes were able to do to him, up the middle as well as outside. I mean, I don't know what else you need to see, man. I mean, I know they're a really good team. I get it, well coached and stuff, but I think really good chance. I don't know if he's going to be a Pro Bowl quarterback by year 3. I still don't buy this stuff that you go to a bad team and you're really good and all of a sudden it's a really good team. I don't buy that. You still have to have good players around you. You do. That's Cam Ward. What do you think Cam Ward went through last year? What do you think that was for him playing with that group? That thing was bad. He hung in there all year to the point everybody's going, I think Cam's going to be pretty good. The year before, Drake May did the same thing. He played with nothing offensively. And you go, you know what? Drake May, he's not doing much right now because he's running for his life, but, man, that guy looks like he's got a chance to be really good. But you got to get some players around you. Anybody thinks that just a quarterback stands back there by himself and that's going to do it, that's just not going to happen. Not going to happen. Even in the case of Josh Allen, because everybody uses this as an example, they had a number 1 running game in the NFL. Yeah. The guy that was back there with them led the league in rushing last year. A lot of people didn't realize that. So when people are talking, about, well, he didn't have anything to play, I agree, he didn't have the best set of receivers to play with. Yeah, nice little running game. He was part of the running game. maybe too much. But I just look at this, and we're going to pick these guys apart. And by the way, they're going to be going after the University of Miami guys. Yesterday, I see the first thing, and I was waiting for this to find out. Maui Noah saying somebody said, he's got a chance to be a really good guard. But I think he can be a good tackle, above average tackle. And I'm like, wow. This is a guy that's expected to go, Woody, I don't know, 4 to 10, 4 to 8, and be a, run on tackles. There's a shortage of big guys. And now they're getting after him. I think he's really good. So, and the fact he can do both, I think that, by the way, the fact that you're even talking about he can do both makes him, for the NFL game, makes him even more valuable. The fact that if he has to slide inside with that big 6'6" body of his, he'll be just fine. He's not going to get pushed around by any tackles. So, yeah. But they're going to critique, man. We're going to critique the hell out of not what guys do well, but all the things they don't do. Right? We're going to be looking, and for the UM guys, Mesidor. Mesidor can't do any more than he did in those big games. Mesidor and Ruben Bain turned it up about 17 notches when they got to those playoffs. When they got to the playoffs and they realized this is a showcase not only for a chance to win a national championship, but now we're playing against the best teams in the best conferences. This is a chance for me to show and drop the friggin' mic. Win or lose that Indiana game, those two guys dropped the mic and said, okay, we lost the game, but we got ours. We made some plays. We're fine. I think it's easier for NFL teams now, man, because that's got to be the most important thing. When you talk about everything else, minus guys might have demons in their head and what their makeup is, and you got to go background checks and find out, was he bullied as a kid, and what was he like, and how did he handle when guys go after him, and you do your little background checks when you're spending 30, 40 million up front for a signing bonus on a guy. I get it. You want to know everything about him. But, yeah. Anyway, hey, we got more to get to, man. We're going to Canes baseball next. 5-0. Miami Hurricanes. Their head coach is going to join us coming up here in just a few minutes. But first, before we do, It is never too late. It's never a bad time to talk about your South Florida Chevy dealers with the great products, cars, trucks, and SUVs have never looked better than they do in 2026 right now with 14 dealerships throughout South Florida. Man, we got something absolutely perfect for you. Now, we got great trucks. Of course, we got great trucks. We got a great SUVs. We've been bragging about our midsize and our big boys. The new EVs we have are fantastic. The Corvettes, I go on and on with the Chevy family, man. Been part of it. Been driving Tahoe for almost 20 years. But I will tell you, we got something new. I want to introduce you to the A-lister of SUVs. The 2026 Chevy Blazer is a perfect mix of capability, comfort, and confidence. Wow, what a great look. Got everything you could ever want. Spacious enough to accommodate the big family and doesn't compromise any of the style that's so important to you and your family. Man, it is unbelievable. And if you haven't seen one, you got to stop by, ask to see, and drive, and take a test drive with that Chevy Blazer. New year, new points of view, new places, and new adventures. It's a perfect time to hit the open road in a new Chevy. Visit your South Florida Chevy dealers today. Together, let's drive right here in South Florida.
WQAM broadcasting live from the Edmore Sawgrass Auto
A walk-off 2-run home run for Vance Shayen. The Canes come all the way back to win it.
And you talk about the transfer portal and you see what it can do. The SC Upstate transfer, Vance Shayen, winning this ball game with a deep bomb to left field.
That is time that out to the Toyota of Hollywood online shop. Over 2,000 Toyotas on sale. One location, Toyota of Hollywood on 441 between Hollywood and Sheridan. ToyotaofHollywood.com.
All right, Woody. Man, what a nice start for this Canes baseball team. 5-0. Get another win against Indiana State last night, 6-2. Not afraid of those tied games late because they got a lot of firepower right now. Hey, Canes head coach JD Artiaga joins us this morning. JD, how you doing?
Doing good, Joe, man. Good morning. Thanks for having me. Sorry about my voice. Been a little sick and starting to get it back after that Tuesday night game.
Well, it seems like you guys are damn near playing an MLB, like playing every night here, man, with 4 more on the way against Lafayette. But we'll get into all that stuff. Talking about the transfer portal. I got to take it back, first of all. 52 runs. Are you kidding me? In the first 3 games and that sweep against Lehigh. I know you liked your team potentially offensively. The last time I talked to you, we were talking up at the national championship game, and you say, "Yeah, we got a lot of firepower." Did you think it would get off to this kind of start?
Well, I never expect to score 50 runs in a weekend, obviously, but I mean, I know we're good. I know we're deep. But you know, as sports goes, man, we're already down 1. We got Max Galvin got injured Tuesday night, and he's gonna be out for a little bit. So. One thing we do have is depth, so hopefully, next man up, and we have some guys filling in his shoes right now.
You've had a little bit of everything for 5 games. I've been kind of getting a chuckle out of this, man. You're down 5-0 against UCF, and going, all right, this not looking good, and all of a sudden, you guys you tie it up, and then you guys play some extras. You get we just heard the highlight, Vance Shayen, and walk-off home run. And you got people, the basketball game's ending, and all of a sudden, Woody's telling me all the guys are running over to catch the end of your go. What the hell's going on? The baseball game's still going on. That had to be crazy.
I was saying the same thing. Where all these people coming from all of a sudden, like in the 11th inning. So, but it was cool, man. It was a great atmosphere there, and for a Tuesday night game. And you're right, man. That game it could have gone away from us. And that's UCF's a team that quite frankly, embarrassed us last year in Orlando and 10-run rolled us early in the season. And it looked like it was heading in that direction, man. And our bullpen did a great job, and which is always a big question mark coming in, as I told you that night. But they've done a great job, and it kept us in the game. And every time, UCF took the lead, we came back and tied it. And then obviously that big 2-run home run by Vance in the 13th was huge, man. One of those character builders early on in the season, that was nice.
I was going to say that JD learning how to win those tight ball games. That's kind of we talk about that with all these teams that we have here in South Florida, but seeing your guys early on coming up with the big hit late in the game, whether it's a home run or a double or whatever, is really says a lot. Again, you're in a 2-2 game last night, end up beating Indiana State and putting it together, but hey, I got to ask you, we always talk about a freshman coming in and, hey, they're going to have to wait, and we got some good transfer portals, and somebody forgot to tell Alonzo Alvarez that because what a hell of a start, doubling a home run last night. I know it takes a while. We've talked about adjustment for young guys coming from high school and now playing against guys that are 21, 22 years old in some cases. What is it about him that surprised you the most on just how good he's been?
Man, I've been saying it, man. Our freshman class is really good, really talented. It's going to be tough to get some of those guys on the field with so many veterans coming back. But Alonzo, with just the nature of the catching position, we're not going to ask Sosa to catch every game, but he's lived up to our expectations, man. And he's gotten off to a great start again last night, and he's switch hitting catcher. He's going to be a special one, And I think again back with Galvin's injury now, you can see some other freshmen stepping in, and it's a good class. It's a good class. It's a great team. It's a fun team to be around. Never panicked on Tuesday night, and just again, we're just never out of it. Just never out of any games. That's fun. Good place to be.
Hey, JD, I got to ask you this one because I've asked the basketball coach the same question, and I've talked to Mario about this as well. And So you got transfer portal guys, and some of them are damn good. Some of them they're some of the best players, and they've obviously played a lot of baseball. And with that, you got to pay him a little bit more money in some cases. And then you got some guy comes in as a true freshman, and you're looking at your other coaches, and when those little meetings you have while you're having a coffee or a cold beer after the game, and you're saying, I know we want to keep everybody happy in the family here, but that teenage kid, he's got to play. How do you treat that? How do you go about that when a guy if he's on fire, you want to get him at bats, but at the same time you got some other guys, and even if the young guy's playing a little bit better, how do you handle that?
At the end of the day, all our jobs is to win games. And in my position, the best 9 guys are going to play. And I make that very clear. Even before the NIL and the transfer portal and all this, it's scholarship. And baseball's a little different than other sports. There's no full scholarships, all partial. And, of course, the guys that you think are going to play get the bigger scholarships. But ultimately, that's what it takes to get you here. Once you're here, the best guy is going to play. And that's from day one. We make very, very clear. Your scholarship means nothing, or whatever your NIL deal means absolutely nothing. The best players play. And the players write out the lineups, not the coaches. We give you a chance and you go 3 for 4. I promise you're playing the next day.
Yeah.
You make 2 errors and don't get a big hit, well, then someone else gets an opportunity. And hope you don't get Wally pipped. You don't take any days off and give another guy a chance to take your job.
Yeah. No, I like that. That's a little, JD, you just went a little old school talk right there on that stuff. Hey, Alex Sosa and Derek Williams, 4 and 5. Nice start for those guys. Got to feel pretty good about those spots and the way they've started.
I mean, look, we scored 50 whatever runs that first week, and Cuvée hasn't gotten going yet. He's got a couple big hits, obviously a big game-time home run Tuesday night. Got a big double yesterday to break it open, but he's not consistently hitting, so it's scary with us. Hopefully, those guys keep doing what they're doing, and once Cuvée gets going, that's as good 3, 4, 5 punches there is in the country.
Hey, you talked about the injury to Max Galvin, and he's going to be out a while. So how do you do that now? Is that kind of open for everybody or how do you treat that going forward now?
Well, Fabio Peralta step in that role right now. Maybe there's a tough left-hander that we're facing. You might see a Dylan Dubovik, another very talented freshman, come in as a righty, that's a platoon situation in left field. But it's the next man up. We prepare everybody to play, and we preach, be ready for your opportunity. So hopefully those guys are ready to take advantage of their opportunity that they have.
Hey, JD, pitching. How do you feel right now about your bats are smoking? That's a given. I was looking at the batting averages. It looked like a softball league over there, slow pitch softball league. But I did want to ask you, how are you right now in the rotation? Is it where you thought it would be, or is you got to make changes? How do you develop that?
Well, I'm a pitching guy, Joe, so I know as good as the bats are, and as happy am I that with the lineup that we have, it's going to come down to pitching and defense. That's always what wins, and we're honestly the bullpens that surprised me a little bit. Not the back end. We knew Bilkos would be okay and Packy would be fine, but those middle guys. Jake Durso's done a great job the 2 times he's come out, and Coates has done a good job. So those are the big question marks. Siskar's gonna be fine at the top end of the rotation. Rob Evans was under the weather a little bit that first weekend. We'll get him back this week, and he threw 1 inning last night in preparation for Saturday. So we feel really good about 1-2, and Lachi's gonna be fine, and Tate Darius. So it's all kind of starting to come together. And sometime late March, early April, we're gonna get Frank Menendez back, a left-hander, and Nick Roberts. So I've been saying we're going to be a different team come March and April when those 3 guys come back. So we're in a good place. We're in a very good place right now.
JD, when you start and we've had you were part of it. You've seen the great success and going to the World Series every year and everything else, and expectations now with whoever the baseball coach is. It's high every year, man. Everybody's got high expectations that it's a baseball factory. How do you handle that with your guys? Do you talk about that stuff? Do you talk about playoffs? Do you stay focused? How do you treat it when guys come in for the first time and put on that uniform?
Hey, we don't hide from it, man. It's an expectation, and that's what I love about this place. And I remember going through the process, a few years back, for the head coaching job, and at the end of every interview, every meeting, that had the same question, and any reservation on taking the job, and of course my answer was always no. And The last one I had was with Rudy Fernandez, and he asked me the same question. I said, Rudy, what possible reservation could there be? And he's like, well, JD, it's a different situation. You're in different expectations. This place, it's just different. And I go, well, Rudy, I know exactly what the expectations are. I helped create it, man. Like I want to be in any other place. So we do not shy away from it. We don't hide from it. It's unacceptable not being there, and I'm okay with that pressure. If you're not, then this is not the place for you. So, and we tell recruits when they come in as well. And it's not about coming to, the Sunshine State and then being at the beach and Coconut Grove. And it's about going to Omaha, man. That's it. Nothing else matters. Yeah. So we preach it every day, and that's how we break. That's how we break every huddle at the end of every single day with an Omaha.
I think those guys like that. So that's great stuff. By the way, you got a series. I love this one coming up next weekend. 3-game series. The Gators will be in town, and that is always a good one, and really gives you early on in the season pretty good idea where you are and with everything going on. But what a great start. So if you're looking to go to some games, that Gator series is going to be a fun one next weekend with the Florida Gators in town in Coral Gables. So good stuff. JD, thank you, brother. Hang in there and go get them, man. Keep it rolling.
Thank you, Joe, man. Appreciate you. Thanks for having me on the show.
All right. No, it's great. Great having you. JD Artiaga, by the way, his wife enjoyed being with her as well, and she's a fireball, so had a good time. Hey, we got a lot more stuff to get to here this morning. Jay Lucas, Canes basketball coach, going to join us at 8 o'clock. Jeff Darlington is going to join us as well later on in the show. And then the big fella, Kim Bocamper, is in the house, so we'll be talking about. We always have stuff, and don't be trying to get him stirred up today, Woody. We're trying to keep this without the writers all picking up stuff and trying to get a free ride off my boy Bo here. We don't want that to happen. Hey, Melissa at Chillzone, thank you so much, man, for what you're doing. Man, it makes so much sense. If you're frustrated with air conditioning companies out there in Dade and Broward County right now, and you're listening even up in Palm Beach County and going, yeah, I had a bad experience. Yeah. Guy promised me one thing, I got another. Guy said he was going to deliver it. Didn't show up. Guy didn't do a very good job. He told me I needed a new one. All I needed was the one somebody else came and said I just needed it fixed. It wasn't a big deal. I didn't need to spend $7,000 or $8,000. Well, this is the way you're going to get treated when you deal with Melissa, the owner of Chillzone Air Conditioning. They do a great job. It is fun to be with her. She's a president. She takes the calls. She sends them out. She takes your calls. You have a problem. You're getting it straight from the boss, man. That's why I tell everybody, a wonderful lady to deal with. I know you're going to like her. Again, Melissa and her family been doing this for more than 20 years. Her father got her into business, and, man, she's been rolling for a long, long time now. Chillzone Air Conditioning. And again, it's about installation. It's about repairs. They do it all for you. Duct cleaning, never a problem. They do it all. And I'm telling you, they cover all of South Florida for you. If you can hear us right now, they can get to you. So set up an appointment. You got a problem. You want to talk to somebody at the top so you know she understands. It's about great service, and that's what they're all about, making sure we keep that home of yours nice and cool with Chillzone Air Conditioning. That's what they do. Call 786-378-2778. You ready to make that change? I think you're really going to like Chillzone Air Conditioning. Tell her you heard it right here on 104.3 WQAM. Go to chillzoneac.com. Stay chill with Chillzone Air Conditioning.
Today's topics are Here's Hollywood.
All right, Woody. Hey, you know who's in the house? Kim Bocamper, one of the writer's favorite human beings right now.
Number 58 from San Jose State, out of Milpitas High School, Kim Bocamper.
Oh, there you go.
There you go. He got it.
I can't hear myself in my headphones.
Don't worry about it.
I was waiting to turn his mic. I want to play his introduction first.
I think Woody's trying to antagonize me already.
How you doing, Bo?
He's calling up Barry Jackson and Furonis and all those guys and say, "Hey, listen up, man.
Hey, you're good.
Listen up. Something's coming down the pipe."
Hey, man, you're good for 35 or 40,000 hits, man. Of course we love you.
Well, let's keep it light, Bo. What'd you think
You're
of,
starting to get with stuff you say. You're filling up stadiums now, brother. You're all right.
I forget who. I think it was my wife. You know, she goes, "Why do you let Joe antagonize you like that?"
It's not me, Bo. It's that guy in the other room. You know.
Yeah,
I was just curious what he thought of NBA All-Star Weekend, but
I didn't even take a look at NBA All-Star.
You didn't like it?
Hell no.
He's been dying. He's been dying to get you that.
I can't watch the NBA. I can't. I literally can't watch the NBA.
Is it the fact that they can't get really good players to do the dunk contest, or is it they take too many three-point shots, or guys are tired?
What are they playing? They're playing now, instead of playing an all-star game, they're playing 3-on-3 basketball. They're going to go to that women's 3-on-3 deal that's down in Pahokee or wherever that arena they've got on 820. Where is that at?
That's off season for the ladies. Boy, you're a bad.
All right, that went well.
Are you happy now?
Kind of. I got more for him though. Here we go. You ready for some headlines?
Speaking of ladies, you know their season's coming up for shortly, right? And they can't get a contract going. And these ladies are asking for a lot of money, and they're not making a lot of money. I mean, the league's not making money.
Yeah, I don't
league's
think
being subsidized.
I don't think
everybody.
they get that concept.
No, I don't think they get that concept.
Hey, yeah, I don't know. They want to get in those same planes those NBA players who draw on those biggest contracts, and everybody's outbidding everybody to get a piece of it.
Well, yeah,
they knocked TNT out of it. Hell, TNT couldn't go. We can't afford.
Commissioners begging them to play half of the games in the year. You know, now they're talking about the tanking deal and everything. What a fiasco that thing has become.
Right. Are you happy? Now you got by. We got the bonus program. Are you happy?
All right, let's get to some headlines here. Did you guys catch this Kevin Durant deal? So apparently he's had another. This is not the first time this has happened with him. This whole Twitter burner account where he makes a fake Twitter account so that he can go on there and say whatever it is that he wants to say. This time he's accused of.
Does he say it under his own name, or is it
no? It's just a fake account that he made, and this one he's used to rip into his teammates. They've asked him about it. He said he's not going to discuss it, and the teammates basically said the same thing. But that became a topic here. Kevin Durant, by the way, has never shied away from burner accounts or fighting with high school kids on Twitter.
No.
Like he really digs in on that. And I told Jamie, like, if you wanted to compare his career to someone, he's a poor man's Carmelo Anthony. The only thing he's got going for him is that he had he paired up with the best team in the history of basketball. And
I disagree, but go ahead.
You know what?
For Carmelo, Sticky there, you're talking about Sticky? Kevin Durant walks circles around Carmelo Anthony.
I say that.
I would say that, Mr. Basketball.
So I would say that
Not even close.
I agree with you. He's one of the top. He got to be close to one of the top 10 players all time.
He's getting
right?
real close.
All time?
Yes.
In that vein.
Bad.
I'm going to tell you what, that guy's been doing it from the time he was in Texas all the way through. But you would think
but Woody doesn't like guys.
So what you're saying,
when you watch him walk on the court, he looks like he's walking into the dentist's office. Like, I got to be here. He's just like curmudgeon in the court.
Well, I'll tell you what, and he likes.
And then he goes out and throws up 35.
Yeah.
Right.
What a take.
Yeah.
By the way, if we started naming all-time players, like, there's no way he would be top 10. Not even close.
He's pretty damn good, Woody.
Okay, but top 10?
No, Jerky, don't you're backtracking. You said Carmelo Anthony and Kevin Durant. Are you kidding me?
They're the same player.
No, they're not.
No.
Except Carmelo never joined a super team.
No.
Carmelo's in the Hall of Fame for being a scorer. This guy will too. See, they're the same player. Top 10 all time.
So is Larry Bird. Are they the same player?
Where does Larry Bird go in your top 10? Is he in the top 10?
I'm talking about the top 3. He's in the top.
The
3.
Birdman's in top 10.
Some people may say he's the best player of all time.
Some people.
Nobody's saying that. Now you went too far.
Yeah, I know what those.
You know,
people
now I'm not
look
going to
like.
just
All
sit
right.
and stay with you.
I get it. Well, look,
Some people. Let's move along here. And Bo, to add to that, NBC.
Now you're on a roll here.
NBC,
really
Bo, might be looking to add a fourth event to All-Star Saturday night here. They are mulling over the idea of perhaps a one-on-one or a two-on-two tournament for the open slot here.
Yeah. Well, tell me when it's over because I'm not going to be watching.
I wouldn't mind the one-on-one. Well, you guys
it'd be great.
Being so damn negative, both of you. One-on-one's great.
I think it would be great if you could get the best players in the league to do it.
They had the one-on-one.
One-on-one's fine, but why do you need to? Look, why can't and I understand the injury stuff, but why can't the NFL just play a football game?
Because those guys don't want to get hurt with the amount of money they're making.
Same thing with the NBA. Same. Well, they
don't want to get hurt either.
The only league that does what they should be doing is Major League Baseball.
Yeah, because it's impossible to get hurt playing.
Right. Exactly. But at least it's, I remember Pete Rose running over Ray Fosse, and the guy never played again.
Yeah,
almost.
People ripping him for the rest of his life. That was like his best friend. His wife was ready to kill him.
But so now you watch an All-Star game, and it has nothing to do with what they do in the regular season, right? Like nothing. You don't play 3-on-3 in the regular season, and forever it's been, no
the
defense.
NFL's playing flag football now. We got 300-pound offensive linemen running routes.
There I go. Every time I come in, you come to flag football. I tell you, in 20 years, NFL's going to be playing flag football.
Oh, you set me up. God, I fell right into the trap.
By the way, the All-Star game averaged nearly 9 million viewers on NBC and Telemundo.
I enjoyed the game. That's the hardest they've played in years. I thought it was great.
They haven't hooked me back in.
You ready for
I used to love the All-Star game when they played.
Yeah,
I
like the 3-point. I like the 3-point contest. They still do that?
That's what the NBA's got to figure out, how to get the Bo Campers of the world back.
Yeah.
Because that's their target audience.
I would love to like that.
We're out of the target.
Let me tell you what, I would love to like basketball again. I really would.
And it would love to have you back.
You know what? I'm watching more college basketball just because they play the game of basketball. They do pick and rolls. They do all that kind of stuff.
Wait a second. You telling me you'd rather watch college basketball than the
NBA? Absolutely.
That's not a bold take.
Absolutely.
I mean,
no.
College basketball is great.
It is. They run play.
Why are you staring at me?
Well,
college basketball is great. A lot of people like college basketball.
You're working with the University of Miami basketball team. You don't get a vote.
That's a very entertaining product they put out there.
Yeah. Look at them now. They're on a roll, man. Canes are on a roll.
Yeah.
We got Coach coming up here, Jay Lucas.
He's
got his team. He's one of the best stories in college basketball.
They're walking their way through the ACC stretch, right?
Except for Duke.
Well, yeah.
Don't mess with Duke.
Don't mess with Dukes. No.
All right, you guys ready for an airport story?
Yeah, go ahead, Carmel.
This is one we have never seen before. So, a woman at a Vegas airport here, or the Vegas airport, shows up to board a JetBlue flight with her dog. She's got a little 2-year-old golden doodle, puppy or whatever. Have you seen the story?
No.
Oh, the dog is unbelievably cute.
I had one of those.
Woody, you got a dog?
I do.
Okay.
I do. This dog is very cute. Anyway, so long story short, you're not allowed to bring the dog on the plane unless it's like a service dog or an emotional support dog or one of those types of dogs, right?
It's got to be a service dog now. I don't think they let emotional. They don't do emotional animals because people are bringing snakes and birds and stuff.
What are your
like
thoughts
that.
on emotional support animals, Bo?
What?
You want to touch that one?
No, let me get back to the story.
No,
here. Hey,
go
Bo,
ahead.
do you know that people bring their dogs into work here?
You know what? No, I see dogs everywhere now. I see dogs literally everywhere. You going in,
Doesn't it just grind your gears when someone brings a dog into the grocery store? You ever see that?
What about going to dinner and they got the dog sitting right down there?
That's terrible.
That's bad.
Can't leave your dog home for an hour? Really? You're so attached to the dog.
It's not the dog.
Look, I love
Terrible.
dogs. I love dogs. I've always had dogs. I love dogs.
But you're saying there's.
But I never would bring. Now I used to bring my dog. I used to fly with my dog back and forth when I'd go to California. But I would put him in a little dog thing. He'd sit under my seat, and I'd zip it up and feed him a little food. I had no problem with that. He had no problem with that. So,
Hey,
all right, so let me get back to the story here.
You're on a roll today. You got Bo Camper on a roll.
I know. So the woman shows up with her dog, and they tell her.
You're not talking about a guy bringing a girl that maybe not very attractive. You're not talking that kind of dog, are you? Right?
No, it's a physical dog here.
Some of the girls we used to go after at 3 a.m. Yeah.
So she was told at the ticket counter that she would not be able to bring the dog on the flight.
Right.
Yeah.
So instead of, going home and putting the dog back, I don't know what she could have done. She tied the dog to the ticket counter and proceeded to go and try to board the flight.
Or she was going to leave the dog.
She was just going to leave the dog in the airport. And when she got arrested for doing this.
Wow.
She said that the dog had a chip and that she would figure it out when she got back.
Oh, that's weak.
I once left my car at the airport and flew out and left my keys at the terminal, but I wouldn't do that to my dog.
I got to be honest. I've left some rental cars at some crazy place to make sure I made my flight too. And it wasn't where it was supposed to be.
All right, and by the way, they took the dog, brought it to the Retrieve You Rescue of Las Vegas.
So Woody,
they renamed the dog Jet Blue.
So Woody, what kind of dog do you have?
He's a like a shelter dog, mutt.
That's nice. You got a shelter.
Do you bring him
dog.
everywhere you go? He or she?
He very rarely leaves the house.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Goes in the backyard though, right?
Well, he's a little skittish.
Oh,
He's
you have
a
a
shelter
little
dog.
You got a backyard. It's great.
Probably he's been through a little bit though. Some of those dogs have.
This one not as bad. We got him when he was a puppy.
Oh, okay.
But they found him like in a box,
Wow,
abandoned in like a parking lot. Anyway,
they should put the guy that did that, left him there in a box. Put him in a box.
I'm with you on that one.
Yeah.
Final one here, Joe, really quick. Florida has the Senate has introduced a bill named after former NFL quarterback Teddy Bridgewater to allow coaches to give benefits to players.
Love
you see this? Kind of flew under the radar a little bit here. So Senate Bill 178 would allow high school head coaches from any sport to spend up to $15,000 in personal funds per team per year to pay for items like food, transportation, and recovery services in good faith, it says.
Don't you think it's a little ridiculous that we have to have a law like that?
Yes, I do.
Don't you think? I mean,
yes.
Teddy Bridgewater got plenty of money. It's not, and he,
he was reaching out. He was sending something social media to the other Northwestern boosters and fans that, hey, can you help me? I'm already into this, and everybody sees it. Like he wasn't hiding.
It's not like he's at American Heritage or St. Thomas. He's at a place where those kids need help, right? And you try to give these kids help, and you get crapped on for it.
It says very clearly that the funds cannot be used for recruiting. It's got to be used for.
Hey, Bo, can I just let you know though that some of those other schools are helping? They're just not saying anything about it.
No, I get it. I get it. But I look. I mean,
you got a kid traveling 20-25 minutes to your school every day, and he's going. I want to play for you, but I don't have any money in transportation.
Send an Uber for him.
We'll take care of that as long as you're in. You're good for business. You're good.
We're off to a good start here, by the way, with our guy.
Yeah, no, you got him going. Somehow he went on women, got on the girl thing too.
How did I do that?
I don't know how you got that. I don't know how you got.
You're upset about the WNBA's labor dispute.
You know what the problem is? I get here. I'm 2 cups of coffee in, and I haven't. It hasn't toned down a little bit when I walk in the door. So
I'm trying to keep you away from the James Andrews thing. That's from the other day, man. You got
James Andrews.
Not James Andrews. That was the doctor. James Daniels. Yeah, not the doctor. Jeez. Speaking of that doctor.
$2.6 million for one play. Come on, man. You kidding me?
What was it? He got $2.6 million a play.
3 plays, $8 million. Do the math. $2.66666 million. I'm gonna stretch it out a little bit.
Well, they put him on IR. They thought he'd be back in like 4 weeks.
Yeah. Well, but he got that pec. That pec's a pesky thing.
We got to go to break here. We got Jay Lucas, Canes basketball head coach. Man, what a story it's been.
Go from your toes to the pecs. All right.
I don't know.
How'd that happen?
I don't know how. That happened.
Travels like a summer league baseball team.
Sometimes people come down there and they start thinking about the 401k a little bit. That's all. Hey, I want to talk to you about something else very important. Hurricane season's right around the corner. I want you to protect your home with Loctite Impact Windows, Doors, and Roofing. Chev, the CEO over there, said, hey, Joe, man, there's only one thing you can do. We can't control the big storms and where they're going to hit, but we can protect your home with the best products, and that's what Loctite Impact Windows, Doors, and Roofing is all about. Matter of fact, let's talk about that leaky roof of yours. Replace your old roof now and pay later. Loctite Impact offers the highest quality roofing materials with lifetime warranty plus thousands of 5-star reviews. Save big on their legendary state-of-the-art Impact windows and doors. Impact windows as low as $6 per window per month installed. Don't wait for the next storm visit. LoctiteImpact.com. Again, LoctiteImpact.com or call 954-500-LOCK, covering all of South Florida, doing great work, very competitive prices. Loctite Impact windows, doors, and roofing.
Stanley Cup champion Florida Panthers, the 3-time NBA champion Miami Heat, home of the 5-time national champion Miami Hurricanes, and Miami Hurricanes basketball.
Powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys.
Call 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
This update is brought to you by Doral Kia. You always pay less for the pricito at Doral Kia. Visit us at Doral Kia, DoralKia.com. Starting with Canes baseball, beat Indiana State 6-2 for their 5th straight win to start the season. Next up, Miami hosts Lafayette for a 4-game series beginning tomorrow night. In the NBA, the second half of the season kicks off tonight. The Heat will be in Atlanta tomorrow night to take on the Hawks. And the USA Hockey will beat Sweden 2-1 in overtime. Next up, the U.S. will play Slovakia in the semifinals tomorrow afternoon. The Joe Rose Show continues now.
Dallas went down. Henderson will guard him. Uday has Hansberry. Donaldson on shoot. Allen has Hammond. Inbounds goes to Hammond against Donaldson. Right side. He drives in, puts it up. No good! It's no good! And Miami wins in the most dramatic of fashions. The horn sounds, and it's over at the Watsco Center. Hammond drove in from the right side. He lost his footing, and he missed the layup. It ricocheted off the left side of the rim, and Miami wins by 1, 67-66, and they have their 10th conference win of the year and their 21st win of the season. Oh, my goodness. What an action-packed thrill ride this was. A come-from-behind, edge-of-your-seat thriller that Miami wins at home.
That's outside at the Watsco Center back on Tuesday night. It's time to head out to the Toyota of Hollywood hotline. Shop over 2,000 Toyotas on sale at one location. Toyota of Hollywood on 441 between Hollywood and Sheridan. ToyotaofHollywood.com, Joe.
I got to tell you, man, the story just keeps rolling. One game at a time. Head basketball coach for the Miami Hurricanes, Jay Lucas, joins us this morning. 21-5, coach, 10-3 in the ACC. And it's kind of a different story every night, but you guys are finding ways to win. And this time, Trey Donaldson, 32 points, has a game of his life, including the last 15 points of that game. Unbelievable. Good morning, Coach.
Good morning. How are you?
And
How are you?
We're doing great, boy. Not as well as you are, though, Coach. Nice story going on right now. And I know there's still work to be done, but, boy, finding ways to win these close games the way you guys have, the last couple, incredible.
Yeah, this is kind of where you want to be at this moment in the season. When you're getting towards middle to end of February, you want to be trending towards your best basketball and trending into winning games when you don't have your best stuff. And that was what we were able to do on Tuesday.
Coach, can I go back? That NC State game, I think a lot of people had a chance to watch that, and you scored last 8 points of that game, but you do it with under a minute left. And the story, we've been asking about True Washington. Is he coming back, and what's going to happen? He suited up, but he didn't play. You didn't think North Carolina's the right game. The guy steps up on the road and hits the biggest 3 free throws of his life to win that game. How about that story?
Yeah, huge. Just his ability to just battle through, all the personal stuff that he was going through, and then to come back in that moment and make those 3 free throws to put his head and to honestly play really good in the game. He made 2 of the only 3s we hit. And just his ability to come back and his toughness and his resilience was huge.
Hey, Coach, so you don't always shoot threes well. You don't always get very much out of the bench. Yeah, free throw shooting has been timely, but not always great overall, but yet you're doing some things really well. Offensive rebounding in the paint points with your big guys has been unbelievable. But some people are going to look at some of those numbers and go, how the hell are they doing it? What do you say to those guys, Coach, when, like you said, you've said we're not always great at some of those things, but we find ways to win, and you D people up, boy.
Yeah, it comes down to the guys and the players and the team, and honestly the whole program buying into our identity of what we have to be this year and why we can be good and how we're built this year. And we're built on the stuff you just explained. We're built on the physicality. We're built on the offensive rebounding. We're built on the points in the paint. And we're built from our quantity of free throws. Now, are we the best free throw shooting team in the country? No. But, we get almost 2 offensive rebounds from the free throw line, which adds points. And if we shoot the number we get to, we'll end up with 19 or 20 points from the foul line. And it just leads to so much other stuff in the game. But it doesn't impact our players. It doesn't impact our staff. And we just continue to chip away and buy into our identity.
Coach, I was reading I don't know when you came out with this. I thought it was really interesting. You talking about when you got all your guys together, it's a brand new team you put together, brand new coaching staff. They're all sitting around. You got everybody together for the first time, sitting here as a first-time head coach, and you go, you're going to be our scorer. You're going to be our point guard. I see you doing – you already had a pretty good idea. Like, did you actually say that to every guy in front of everybody, what you thought their role was going to be on the team?
Yes, I did. And
I've never heard of that. That was unbelievable.
I think it's vital in this day and age with the portal and all this stuff. You have these guys. You don't know what your team's going to look like every year. I tell people all the time, my job as a coach is not to trick them. My job is to be honest and to tell them the truth and tell them exactly what it looks like. And I thought as much clarity and role definition as I could give right away would help us create our identity quicker. And I felt like it was a good idea, and I'm just honest, and I just try to be straight to the point type of person. So I feel like it's worked out with us. And then part of that is just taking pressure off of people when you already give them what's expected so they don't have to guess. There's no real gray area.
Coach, on top of that, I think communication thing, we talk about the old school and the way it used to be. I know you've talked to your father about probably the stuff he went through and did as a coach and today. But communication, no matter what's important for these guys, right? They like to know. They may not like it, but they like to know where they stand every day, right?
Absolutely. It's a must. The communication is the biggest part. And part of the communication is through relationships and spending time and getting to know them as people. And I think that's the part of coaching that's getting lost right now. Because they're getting paid and because you can see them as professionals, as like these are still kids.
Right.
You're still developing young men. So part of being able to have great communication is being able to have great relationships. And that doesn't mean being their friend. It just means you have to get to know them as a person, as a young man, what's important to them, what's their family, everything, their girlfriends. You need to know as much as you can so you're able to relate and communicate and get the most out of them.
Man, it's incredible. So I know you've seen the things on TV, and then all the talking heads on all the sports shows come out, and a coach loses it for a second and gets on a guy, which, by the way, was common when we played. Don Shula was about chewing ass, man. I mean, he didn't care what camera was on him. It was a different time. But nowadays, a guy makes a bad foul, you pull him out, but you send him and you kind of push him and you make him look bad on camera, and everything's on TV now. You just got to be real careful with that, don't you? Have you found yourself in that? I'm sure you've been around coaches that have done it. Maybe the better coaches get away with it more than some of the young guys. But how do you treat that when a guy really makes a big mistake in a game, whether it's a hard foul and you hit the guy too hard and you're going, what are you doing? Why would you do that? How do you treat that?
Well, that's exactly what I'm talking about, and that's where the relationships come into play. Because I'm cut from the same cloth as Don Shula. You know what I mean? So, it may not visibly be that way, but yeah. I'm able to say things and say very hard things to the players in certain ways where I don't have to be overly demonstrative and I don't have to be jumping up and down and pushing them. Like I can say what I need to say and in a tone and get it across in a certain way, and they understand it, and everybody understands it. So everybody has to do it their own way, but I grew up in the old school. I'm from the old school. I still think there is value in that. I just think the delivery has to be done, and it has to be done differently to different kids. You can't treat everybody the same. You can treat everybody fair, but you can't treat everybody the same.
I got to ask you this one because this is a new world. They would have never – I know none of my coaches in college or pro – like Don Shula go, I'm going to call your father about this or something. Do you have to talk to parents? sometimes?
Yeah, I don't, but I feel like the staff, we still have to talk to parents because they still are part of our player lives. Just those bubbles and those circles have gotten bigger where it may be more so you're talking to parents, agents, workout guys. It's just more people involved now. But I still do feel and think that's a big part of it.
So I got to tell you what I've been doing, Coach, and Woody's guilty of this, who does the games. And so you're 21-5, you're 10-3, and we got they got it. They're in. I go, hey. Don't say that around Jay Lucas, man. I know they've won 4 straight. They've won 6 of 7. Virginia's next. They got 5 left. He's not thinking we got it. Last thing you want is everybody thinking we got it. It's one at a time. How you treating this, Coach? What do you tell your guys?
It's business as usual. We aren't in any situation where we're in first in the league. We aren't in any situation where we're ranked. We're not in any situation where we're top 10 in the country or anything like that. So everything we want is still out in front of us, and we got to go take it. So it can't be any relaxing or resting right now. We're still fighting for our lives, and that goes in every day. And that's just the mentality of what it is around here and what it will continue to be.
All right. As I said, at Virginia, damn good basketball team, 10-2 actually in the ACC. You got that game on Saturday. As we said, a few more left here. Coach, man, congratulations. I think you're cool if I say this 21-5 record, 10-3 in the ACC. It's a heck of a start, man. First time out. Great stuff, Coach.
Thanks. Appreciate it.
All right, man. Thank you, Coach, for coming on. Appreciate it. Hang in there. All right?
All right. Thanks for having me.
You got it. Jay Lucas joined us, Canes basketball head coach. Jeff Darlington, ESPN NFL reporter, is going to join us. Mr. Bangy Dangy will be with us at 8 o'clock hour. We'll talk to him. Kim Bocamper's in the house as well. So we got a lot of stuff, man. A lot of stuff going on. A lot of stuff to get to here this morning. I want to take a second to talk about 2 of my favorite guys in the world. And if you've had a slip and fall or an automobile accident and you need some help, and maybe you need an attorney that does commercials and you hear them and you can actually have them handle your case. They're not just a front guy and have their name on the law firm. No, they do it. The minute they start working with you, they shake your hand, you're off and running with Harvey Cohn and Gary Judah. I'm talking about the partners of Cohn and Judah Injury Law Firm, personal injury attorneys. And I want to let you know, man, wherever they need to go, they're going to go. You're going to get great service. And part of that, again, is there's no handoffs. They don't get you in because you see a beautiful TV commercial where a lot of money was spent on it. And then you go to think, hey, I like that guy. I saw the commercial. Is he going to handle my case? They go, no. Are you kidding? We got a bunch of other ones. Sue just joined us. She just got her degree over there. She's down the street. She's going to handle it. And you want the guys that got the experience. And let me tell you, Harvey and Gary got experience. And if you're not getting that, you can switch over anytime you want. You'll be happy with Harvey Cohn and Gary Judah. I know that. Big enough to go to trial and get you multi-million-dollar results. Small enough just to call you back. 30 years of experience and ready to go. Go to ConanJudah.com. Read the reviews for yourself. Partners who you can always get a hold of. We'll always call you and give you an update on how your whole case is being handled. Let you know. 866-FAIR-FEE. Go to ConanJudah.com. Remember this, they don't pay other lawyers to do the work. You hire them to do.
The Joe Roche
He's doing golf. I'm jealous.
You got to catch him between golf.
I think he's
now
doing
you got to
tennis.
catch him between Wimbledon. Now you got to catch him between, like, at one point I saw him down at one of the games, and I said, you go through the Scotty Scheffler thing, and it was right after, and then it was when Tyreek first opening day when he had that. I go, when people start seeing you're here, they're going to say, hey, something's going to go wrong here.
Yeah, right.
Right.
He was on a roll. He literally driving in, and Scotty Scheffler, like they're getting ready to arrest like the nicest guy in professional sports.
and Jeff's standing right across
and
the
he's
street.
going,
hey, Scott. I think Scotty asked him, hey, can you help me? Right? I think that's what he said. That's crazy.
I didn't know I couldn't go through. They're telling me I can't go through.
What a job he does, though, man.
JD's great.
He's unbelievable.
And listen, I don't know if he plays tennis, but you're right. He was.
He's a golfer. He's out there. I don't know. He's out there grinding.
He's at the same club, right? Yeah.
He plays.
So you guys lost one of your partners, though. I see one of our former coaches, Adam Gase.
Yeah, Adam.
I got to tell you, man. I was going to wait for JD to join us. I never saw that coming.
I didn't need
McDaniel together. They're going to be putting game plans together.
You know, it's funny. So I go out there and I hit balls and stuff. So I've seen him out there a lot, and I talked to him, and he's I really like as a guy. If you're a guy's guy, Adam's a guy.
Adam Gase was good to us.
He's a guy, right?
And he is a regular guy.
Yeah. And so, I just talked to him and stuff. And so I think what happened with him is that, he's going out and playing golf every day, like literally almost every day. And then he's coaching. His sons
boys,
are getting into baseball. And so he's coaching and growing up and doing that. And I think he just, because I did this when I first retired from football. I told my wife, I said, look, I'm going to play golf every day for a year, and then I'll get back and find something to do. And so I did for a while, and I'd get up at 10 o'clock in the morning. I'd go out there, play some golf, have a couple drinks, come back about 6 or 7 o'clock, do the same thing the next day. And after about 3 months, I go, man, I'm
can't do this.
I can't. So I went away. And so I think that's kind of where Adam maybe, not that he was doing that, but I think that he's doing, but I think he just wanted a little more and a little more. And it's a hard thing to step away from when you still feel like you can do it. And I think he's going to be a very good guy to work in that offense in tangent with Mike McDaniel.
Well, they got Jim Harbaugh as the head man. It's his team, and those two working together. It's just it was weird. Hey, don't feel too bad for Adam Gase. He got 8 or 9 years of pay between the Dolphins and the Jets as a head coach.
I know he doesn't need to go back to work. I know that for a fact.
You start hey, Bo, you know what? These coaches, and I'm talking college too.
Yeah.
Not just the top pro guys. They're all going to make all these guys that keep these jobs.
Yeah.
I saw Belichick made $200 million as a head coach in all the years he was there.
Well, look at
guys got all of these guys that make $100 million in their careers.
Look at the guy from Indiana. I mean, his contract, whoever, he's going to escalate. Whoever the next highest paid guy, he's going to follow right by.
He should,
and he should. I mean, that guy's so and so why would you? And he said, look, I don't want to. I've never wanted to coach in the NFL.
Right.
So you want to be, but there's for some reason these guys, there's always that little allure of being in the NFL.
I did it at college. We seen Urban do it.
Yeah.
We seen Nick Saban do it.
Yeah.
Jimmy Johnson did. I mean, we can go through the list of
guys.
But
and other ones,
Jimmy
but
made it work.
Different degrees of success and a lot more failure, I would say. If you look at all
most
of
them, listen, most of them, it hasn't worked for.
Yeah.
Urban, I wouldn't call that. I mean, he's going to be remembered for the guy didn't come home with his team on a Thursday night, got caught with his hand on the girl's ass at his restaurant.
What?
You saw a picture.
I just wanted to hear you say it again.
Oh.
That's all.
By the way, I every time one of those.
How'd she look?
She looked good.
Okay.
Little young blonde. You know what's funny about that?
She's got the Belichick.
I keep thinking
he was the pre-Belichick then, huh? right?
Belichick.
handing around, you moving your hands around with a college co-ed.
Oh man, I don't know about that one. Hey, Bo, though it is funny. Every time one of those things happens, I was thinking if I didn't come home with the team, stayed on the road, and a picture came out, me hugging a girl and had my hand on her rear end, how would Marga handle that?
We might as well not just come home for a while.
I don't think it would end it.
Yeah, but it would be thin.
It
ice.
would definitely.
It'd be thin ice, right?
It would
be a little cold when you walked in.
It'd be definitely cold.
Yeah,
because
by the time you got back, you've kind of conjured up some like in your mind that I can say this and this will work. I was just I was just a little thing. You know what I mean?
You know what? My hand started on her back and it slipped down.
She stood up.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. Mine would know, like, you're backpedaling, man. It's a bad backpedal. It's not very strong.
No.
Yeah. Every time one of those guys pulls one of those things. Anyway, Jeff Darlington. I don't know how the hell I got there, but ESPN NFL reporter is going to join us coming up here at 8:40. We'll talk to him, and man, he is doing it all though, and it'd be fun because he gets to go to all these great events while all these guys are doing football only. He makes himself more valuable with all the other stuff.
I tell you, these golfers love him too. He's made a lot of good friends in that golf community.
So his thing is he doesn't burn bridges.
No.
Look at how tight he was with Adam Gase and Mike McDaniel.
Yeah.
He got stuff. He's doing updates. I just talked to Mike, and Mike's he's not interested in that job, but he may take this one. Yeah. And I'm like, it's good.
Yeah. I mean, he gives you information without putting himself in a spot where he says something.
He got in with Tom Brady. He's done it with a bunch of guys, and then he's bringing the golfers, the PGA guys, to our Monday Night Football game. I'm standing there, I'm looking at. He goes, oh yeah, we went out and had a few drinks just coming over, and I was like, geez,
yeah,
all right. He's rolling big. Is he a very good golfer?
No, I think he's a good golfer. I think
you said no right away.
No. So the last time I spoke to him, I said, how's your golf game? He goes, oh, it's going sideways. So I think
What's
he was
that
playing,
mean? Like 88?
No, he's probably around that.
Late 80s?
Yeah, probably about that. Because I think at one point he was probably like maybe a 10 or so. So if you're a 10, you're probably, right 82 to 84 or something like that, And that's I'd be happy to right now. I'd be happy to
get in there.
Well, yeah, get in there.
You're not hitting grounders, are you?
I am, but I'm actually starting to rectify it right now. I'm working on it now.
You're not getting more lessons, are you? You don't.
I took a lesson yesterday. Yeah, I did.
Have you ever sat back in real life? Because I did.
Yeah.
How much and how long you took lessons to not get better?
Well, you know what? It's funny because I never took lessons until like the last couple of years. We just went out and just started swinging the club, right?
Yeah.
Everyone had some goofy swing, and you've made it.
Bro,
you'd have that. If you hit that big slice, right, you just aim further to the left,
right,
and let it fall.
That was your adjustment.
Yeah, you just figured it out. That's the way I'm going to hit it.
Wherever I'm hitting it.
It's funny because you play with some of these old guys that never take lessons, and I remember playing when I was like mid-20s, 30, and I was hitting the ball pretty far and stuff, and then you play with these old guys and they just chip them up. And it's like the tortoise in the hare. I'm hitting balls all over the place, and they're dink,
right down the middle,
putt in.
Right.
What'd you make? Par, bogey, par.
Right. I play all day if I can make par and bogey.
Yeah,
I play all day long. Hey, so the latest news here. I was waiting. I know people want to hear what you think. And the four guys are gone: Chubb and Hill and James Daniels and Westbrook, Keeney. Now Minkah Fitzpatrick. I'm not surprised. About potentially, they might trade him. He may not want to be here either.
Well, then Waddle's chirped a little bit too, right? I think Waddle's chirping out there a little bit, and maybe he's just sticking his toe in the water of maybe moving somewhere. So
if those guys don't want to be here, I got a feeling. I think John Eric Sullivan gets the right thing and tell him go.
I was just going to say that. So both of them, I guess from last year, the market would be set for Minkah, right? So it's 1 year later, the money, but what Waddle, if he wants to go and he doesn't want to be here and you feel like it's going to be disruptive to your team, you might be able to get a pretty good deal out of that.
I think Buffalo made a good offer to the Dolphins last year.
Yeah.
And I think it was a first round pick in the second year, not the first year.
That being said, I'd still like to have both those guys on our team.
No. If they're getting rid of him, first of all, I think if you're barking you want out because you see what's going on, it's pretty clear. And you've said, I don't want to be part of this, which that's Minkah Fitzpatrick may not want to be
Yeah.
part of this, playing with all those guys, that if he goes in there and says, please trade me, they're going to trade him.
So let's just say for example, you move both of those guys. How many picks you get out of that? You probably could get 5 picks between the two.
Well,
of
you
them,
get
though,
2.
right?
I think you can get a 1 and a 3, 1 and a 4 for Waddle. I think you can get, might not be this year.
Right.
You might have to wait a year to
but you
get
may
it.
get between the two of them. You might get 5, 6 picks out of them. Lower pick,
I don't
whatever.
know. I don't know where you get Minka, because Minka's making $15 million on top of that. They know that they want to move him if that's what teams are talking about. I don't know what I see. Somebody said you get a 4th or 5th round pick for Minka. And listen, our cap's a mess, man.
But you know what? Get a 4th round pick, 2 5s. Get them more draft. The more draft picks you get, the more chance you have a chance to hit on somebody, even in the lower rounds. And
I've been
saying, if he doesn't want to be here, then
Hey, Bo, I've been saying this, and we're going to go to Jeff in just a second. John Eric Sullivan did not create this, man.
No.
People that are getting mad at him, don't get mad at the GM.
Mm-mm.
When he got the job, he realized, hey, we really effed this thing up. I'm guessing that's what they told him. It's a mess, and you're going to need to clean it up. You're going to have to make some decisions that aren't something are going to be very popular, but we got to get this thing cleaned up so we can build it.
He's doing it with $99 million looming on top of his head that you got to find a way to get rid of that you can't.
How about trying to figure that one out?
Yeah.
Boy. Yeah.
We're going to give away some tickets here before we go off the break. We're going to do that. We got 2 tickets to see Alabama, the Pompano Beach Amphitheater on February the 28th. Bo, what caller number?
What do you want to do? Caller number 3?
Let's do 6.
6?
Caller number 6, 305-567-0560. You will score 2 tickets to see Alabama at the Pompano Beach Amphitheater on February the 28th.
I remember in the 80s going to see him in Hollywood. I went to that Alabama concert. You went to a bunch of concerts out there.
Yeah.
We went to a bunch
all
of
over
them.
the place.
All right.
The Sportatorium. When
So
that
that
thing was
right.
still
That
up
thing
there.
was, hey, that was a place to go out in the middle of nowhere.
No doubt.
Jeez, there's nothing around that thing. Hey, we got Jeff Darlington going to join us in just a second, but I want to tell you about Michael Kotze at Choice Mortgage. Oh, yeah, man, I got some things to talk to you about. So you got yourself a little upside down. Credit card debt is a mess. Property behind in property taxes, HOA dues, assessments, judgments, liens. Well, I'll tell you what, you got equity in that home. Let Michael Kotze get it fixed up for you. He's going to get you low rates, get you that money. Matter of fact, speaking of money, how about a reverse mortgage? One of the most popular mortgages we have here in South Florida. If you and your spouse are 62 or older, you qualify. Sitting there, a lot of people in their 60s had that home paid off or just about paid off, sitting on a lot of equity and a lot of money you could use right now. That reverse mortgage might be perfect for you. First-time home buyer programs with very little money down. These are some of the programs that Michael Kotze set up for you. Bottom line is debt consolidation, money you need for whatever has hit you and just got you stressed out of your mind. Michael Kotze can take care of it. I tell everybody, he's been doing this for 30 years, going to get you the lowest rates. The man works 7 days a week. Call or text him, 561-441-2730. It's 561-441-2730, MLS 166254. Rates and terms are subject to change. Daily without notice. He's an equal housing lender. Go to Google reviews on the web. Choice Mortgage Reviews, saying a lot of nice things about Michael Kotze.
WQAM brought
It is time to head out to the Toyota of Hollywood Hotline Shop. Over 2,000 Toyotas on sale at one location. Toyota of Hollywood on 441 between Hollywood and Sheridan. ToyotaofHollywood.com.
We haven't had him for a while, man, and it sure is nice to have him back. Jeff Darlington, ESPN NFL reporter, but we used to just say NFL reporter, Bo, but now see him at Wimbledon hanging out. By the way, very expensive trip.
Well,
and then there he is with Scotty Scheffler, number one player, helping him get out of trouble.
Jeff used to do everything, right? Now he just does the big stuff. I'm going to go to Wimbledon.
He gets all the good one-on-ones.
I'm not going to go to the French Open. I'm going to go to Wimbledon. I'm going to go to the Masters, and I'm going to go to the U.S. Open. Yeah. Don't call me for the PGA.
Yeah. Hey, how you doing, JD?
Call me when it matters, by the way. Yeah. How we doing, fellas?
Man, we're doing good. Hey, you threw me a little curveball, though, man, on Wimbledon. How fun was that?
Yeah, that was great. That was awesome. Really great experience. And by the way, I guess I can say this now since it went okay. I didn't know a damn thing about tennis.
I was going to ask you that, how you stood on that, because I thought maybe I know your club over there has tennis courts. I went, yeah, I started playing on the clay courts or something. I thought you were going to hit me with that.
No, I told my boss called and he said, hey, what do you think? The Masters went well, PGA Championship. What do you think about doing Wimbledon? And I said, well, if Carlos Alcaraz that's one guy I knew. Carlos Alcaraz gets arrested. I said, if Carlos Alcaraz gets arrested, I'm your guy. And I think I came across with a bravado and confidence in saying that it meant I knew tennis. And he's like, well, great. See you there.
It's funny, Jeff. I remember, I think it was down at one of the games and we were talking and you said, hey, they're sending me Wimbledon. And I go, you know anything about tennis? He goes, no. And I go, don't worry, you'll be fine. Right. And look, I watched your coverage. It was great. It was great.
Yeah, it was totally faked it.
Yeah,
but in all seriousness, I think the thing that they were looking for was just like kind of storytelling. They're kind of. In retrospect, I thought I fooled them, but really that's what they wanted. They wanted someone who didn't really necessarily get too far in the weeds. Hey, so as long as I could pronounce the names.
We think about you a lot. Bo and I were talking about everything that's been going on with the Dolphins, and here we go again, and all the changes. And amazing. I'm paying you a compliment. Whether it's Adam Gase or Mike McDaniel, you've been able to stay close enough to get the good part of where they're going, where they're interviewing, what the thought is, and staying close to them. I burn bridges, man. Not on purpose, but like by the end when it's bad, from things I say, they're not talking to me. You do a good job, and I'm paying you a compliment.
Well, no, that's nice of you. Makes me nervous coming on the show. Because, that's the thing. Like, I'll hear it right afterwards, I don't know about anymore, but I was always hearing, whatever I'd say on this show. Now I got to save it for Bo Campers Thursday. I'll be speaking at Bo Campers Restaurant, Catch and Cut in Fort Lauderdale, in Los Angeles. Great steaks.
Yeah.
The whole deal. I'll be speaking there next Thursday. So
you're going next Thursday.
Yeah, he's going next Thursday. Got them all lined up. Trying to get Cunha to come and be the second interviewer on it, because I usually try to bring two guys, but he's going to the I thought I was going to lose you because the combine next week.
Nah, hey, the combine's not quite big enough.
No, not, yeah. You know what though? I'm going to follow up on Joe. One thing I've followed your since your career started here in the newspaper business and you got into where you are. You're one of the guys that finds a knack to get close to people and get information from people without them, feeling like you're doing something wrong.
Well, they trust
them. And again, like I knew when you go to Wim because that's what you are. You're a storyteller, and I don't think you're an information guy, but I don't think you step over the bounds, and I think that makes everybody comfortable with you.
Well, I appreciate
something that Joe and I never learned. Something Joe and I never learned how to do.
Don't worry, somebody's always mad. Somebody's always mad around here. Yeah, there's no question. Hey, I got to ask you about the Mike McDaniel and his final decision. You were kind of going through it with him, and you're calling him, and you're doing updates, and everybody wanted to know. Listen, he was hot. I don't know if he's going to get a head coaching job, but I felt like he could have had, tell me if I'm wrong, 6 or 7 different offensive coordinator jobs. I thought he absolutely made the right decision going with Jim Harbaugh. He's getting paid like a head coach the next 2 years. He's got a lot of money coming in. He's working with Justin Herbert. He's going to get those big tackles back. We're going to be really good. and they got a lot of money. I think they're going to have a really good team. He's looking in the near future to get another head coaching job. What do you think?
One of the things that I went through this exercise with Mike and was pretty candid with him on this is I think a lot of times these guys, and I can point toward the other guy you mentioned, Adam Gase. A lot of times there's this pressure within the coaching community to jump from whatever job you just got fired from into whatever head coaching job is available next. And Mike, Mike was inclined to kind of go that path and really feel out those head coaching jobs. And there were some available. But one of the things that I kind of would urge any of these guys to do is just make sure it's the right opportunity. Because, I don't want to speak for Gase, but I do think that he would admit it publicly that going to the Jets was maybe a regrettable move. And that's not to say that it's just about the organization, but sometimes you also as a person, when you go through the meat grinder that is being an NFL head coach, you're probably best suited to not chill because these jobs are still high pressure, but step back a touch and kind of collect yourself. And I think that's, ultimately, I think Mike getting an offensive coordinator job is better for his long term than taking, say, the Cleveland Browns job. And doing it in a place that, if he has success, he's going to get his choice. So I think the Chargers are a great job. I personally thought the Bucs would have been a great job. I thought that would have led to a clear path to being the head coach of the Bucs. But I also can understand the allure. It'll work the same. If he does well with the Chargers, I think that too will lead to better things. I guess the only thing I'd say, the Bucs job felt good from the standpoint that you have a defensive coach who's getting a little older and probably not going to coach too much longer, even whether by choice or not. So he could have just fell right into that role. But I think this is a great situation for Mike, and I think he'll do well with it.
So let me ask you this, Jeff, and this is going to cover both Mike and Adam. Look, both those guys, I did their coaches shows, and I've kind of got a feel for them. And I think both of them, to me, are more suited for
to be coordinators.
Just be a coordinator.
Yeah.
And look, and maybe I might stretch this a little more by saying Mike may be better suited just being a play designer and a play caller. Because the one thing I saw I didn't see them as much from Adam, but from Mike. I'm seeing him every week. I'm seeing him in his wife, his kids, his girl, his daughter. And boy, I could see the stress on Mike, and boy, I could see the stress on his wife. I remember we were coming out of the Cleveland game, and I'm just looking at her, and she's just you can see she's racked, and I felt so bad for her. And everybody's walking by her, and she's got to stand there. And I go, my God, the pressure that puts on your family. And look, there's going to be a lot of pressure, even if you're an offense coordinator. But certainly, it's not that demanding pressure day by day as a head coach.
So I do agree with that. My only pushback would be I have seen every head coach for the past 20 years here leave with their shoulders down, exhausted, depressed, their family saying, "What are we doing?" I can't remember a situation, whether it was Tony Sperano, and I remember telling this to Gase when he first got here. I remember saying to him, dude, you're going to come in here. You have to, and I said the same thing to Mike. You're going to have to walk into that news conference every single day, and you're going to walk in with your shoulders high, but you're going to get beaten down. And it's how you kind of handle that situation that's going to dictate how long you stay. And I think that it has happened to everybody. And I don't know if that's just what the NFL is. But I would say this about Mike and to a degree, Adam. This was their first head coaching jobs. And I think that one of the things we expect out of these guys is to just be Sean McVay, to just walk in and nail it the first time. But so often you're going to, think about anybody in any job, anywhere. Your first time in that position, you're learning so much. And the problem for the Dolphins is they're going to watch Mike now that he's learned on the job in Miami. They'll watch him go succeed. And for fans, that'll be miserable because next time he does this, I do think he will be better. Is everybody suited to be a head coach? I think that is certainly subjective, and it just depends on the guy. I will say this about Mike's leadership. When he came from the 49ers, I had 10 different 49ers players telling me that they would take a bullet for that guy.
Yeah.
That they, George Kittle, like, yeah. I need him here. Deebo Samuel, all walks of life. I don't know what went wrong in terms of that because it definitely felt disjointed by the end, for sure. And I do wonder if when you're an offensive coordinator, leadership styles changes. You don't have to be, right. You can be a little bit more their friend as opposed to just their boss.
Well, look,
and that's something I think Mike's going to have to learn.
Yeah,
I think
that'd be number one right there.
I think there are guys in the Dolphins that would say the same thing about Mike. And I think part of it comes from the closeness that he's not a Don Shula. He's not putting any distance between him and his players. I think that was regrettable, by the way. He's embracing every one of those players. Look, the one time when Tua got hurt, he goes, this is the first time he goes, that's my teammate. No, it's not your teammate.
Yeah. No, it's not. And that is a great point, Bo. And that, and by the way, the next time he gets a head coaching job, I wonder, when we get burned in relationships, when we get burned by family, when we get burned in life, how you respond and whether you're scarred from that. What happened with Tua is absolutely appalling.
Yeah.
The way that went down. I mean, from multiple angles, the fact that, like, in my opinion, now I'm going to come across as being a little defensive of Mike here, but in my opinion, it is the job of the head coach to fall in love with the quarterback and make him the best person he can be. That is what Mike did. If that ultimately leads that coach to saying this guy needs to get paid, that's the job. That is what he was supposed to do. It's the job of the general manager to say, no, why would we pay him? Why would we even pick up his fifth-year option when we can pay him the same amount after the season and find out what we have than before it? That's the job of the GM, not the head coach. The head coach should never be in the situation where he's saying, I don't know if we should pay this guy, because the second the quarterback would catch wind of that, it's over.
Yeah.
So to me, that's number one. Number two, in the end, feeling like Tua sort of basically said, Mike's not my guy. He got you paid, dude. He made you better than you ever would have been. So whether that makes him a good head coach or not, I don't know. But I do know when it comes to Tua and when it comes to the likability of the locker room, I actually think that he is not as bad as maybe he was perceived at the end.
Let me ask you your thoughts on Tua going forward. What do you think? Where do you think he is physically after Mike benched him with 3 games left after that Monday night football game? By the way, he was horrible at quarterback. So, but what do you think?
I don't think it matters to Dolphins fans. I can tell you that. I don't think he'll be playing in Miami.
No.
Just no. Like that's not going to happen. Listen, I am so opposed to the idea of, and I know we're kind of inclined to do it, all of us. I'm so opposed of the idea of getting in a player's head and saying he's playing skittish because of his head injuries, all those types of things. Do I think that is a real possibility? Absolutely. Do I think it felt like Mike was calling games to protect him? Yes, for sure. 2 things that cannot happen if you're an NFL quarterback. But I also I refuse to say he got paid, so he mailed it in, or his head injuries are making him play skittish. I just think that's unfair to somebody in Tua who is one of the best in the world at what he does. You don't get there by accident. And I do think that it's hard for me to say that that's the reality, but I can say when people in the building start feeling that way, it's over. You cannot have that guy continue to be your quarterback if people of authority feel like that's the potential there.
Yeah.
Well, what if you see? So to me, I agree with you on the money thing and this and that. He said some stupid things about the money, but
every week,
but that goes. But to me, in looking at him, I just think he lost his confidence. I just think his confidence wavered so bad.
Well, I think part of that's because physically he lost
a little bit from a physical standpoint.
And the root of that,
but the pressure that he was under, I wouldn't have wanted to be under it myself. You know?
No, I mean it's a lot. I mean, Tua has always come with a lot of that pressure, and he's not exactly the type of personality who. Yes, I mean, think about the different iterations that we saw from Tua in Miami over the years, from the quiet, mistrusting one to the suddenly very open and vibrant one to the near the end feeling a little bit, scorned and mistrusting again. Like, I think it's really hard when you're in the NFL to have to kind of navigate that, and it takes a special person. By the way, you would love right now. I'm walking my dog past this park in my neighborhood right now. I'm looking to my left. I got some guy out here. He's teaching this boot camp with all these housewives. And there's like
come on now, Jeff.
Doing like that.
Is it right on the intercoastal? Is it in that park right on the intercoastal out there?
Oh my God! It's right over in Real Vista. This is awful. I mean, what are we doing? I bet all these people are paying about $200 a session. This guy's cleaning up to teach them how to do a couple push-ups so they can go home and try to get their husband.
My goodness.
Hey, Jeff, man, it's been good talking to you, brother. Really appreciate it, man. You are
You leave us with a really good visual, though. You know,
a lot of those hot moms in that neighborhood too. Yeah.
Hey, your son lives here now, Joe. You know what? His daughter-in-law might be over there doing whatever it is.
You know what? She might be. She might be in one of those little outfits over there joining him right now. Hey, by the way, do you know where he lives over there?
Yeah, I know where he lives. You going to come over?
No, I do come over sometimes.
The guy, like it does not fall far from the tree. The guy, I'm walking my dog another time. This guy drives by in a golf cart, whole family on it. Hey, Jeff, this guy's got no shirt on. He's got no shirt on. It's about 10 o'clock at night. It's dark. He's got no shirt on, abs, pectorals, the whole thing. I'm like, who the hell is this guy? Oh, Joe Rose's son.
Hey, I'd have my shirt off if I worked out and looked like he did, too.
Exactly right.
Become the mini bangy dangy. Right.
Yeah, no, he ain't no bangy dangy, my man. He'll never be part of that story. Matter of fact, my kids are the one that made me leave the party that night. Said, Dad, go home.
They did. Remember
Get
that?
in your old age group, please. Go home to your wife.
What a party.
Yeah.
What was it, 20 years ago?
I don't know, brother, but it was one of the great times I've ever had with you. That just put put our relationship in a different place that night with that.
Joe Rose shows up, says, let's have a party. I said, all right. He shows up. That morning I wake up, there's a tractor trailer from Budweiser rolling in kegs.
I love
Joe
those
shows up an hour
people.
later with his kids. They're carrying magnums of vodka, like these children. They're carrying his vodka and they're putting it on he goes, over there, put it over there. He looks at the beer and says, oh, this is not enough. About 20 minutes later, I get a call. He says, hey, can you get over to Total Wine? I said, sure. I go over there. They got these guys out front with these things with kegs of beer on them. They start loading them in my car.
I got to tell you.
We hired 2 bands. We had porta potties. Oh,
I got to tell you, and JD had a model. One of his roommates was a big, tall, good-looking model.
Yeah.
And he was bringing them in 10 at a time. I don't know where he got – when I say the girls would come in 10 at a time.
That was the days of MySpace. I think the guy just searched the area.
That was incredible.
Remember the old saying from MySpace to my place?
Yeah.
That was Brian Larrabee's theme.
Legendary.
Oh, man.
Hey,
legendary.
JD, thank you, brother. Appreciate it very much.
Hey, you're both the best. You've always been the best to me of anybody down here, so I appreciate both of you forever.
All right, brother. Right back at you. Thanks, Jeff. Jeff Darlington, ESPN NFL reporter, walking his dog in Rio Vista. All right, we got to go to break, but before we do, Chapman Partnership, thank you guys for all the great work you're doing down in Dade County. I talk about this organization because what they've done for the homeless, and I say homeless sometimes, and people go, oh, yeah, the guys stop you at every stop sign. They want money. No. Chapman Partnership is so much more than just providing housing and a warm meal. Now, they're changing lives daily in our community by going beyond shelter and providing caring support and wraparound services and programs. At Chapman, they focused on building pathways for success for the clients that come through there. within 3 to 4 months with people donating, doctors, mental health doctors, dentists, all these people that come in. And the goal is very simple. Within 3 to 4 months, with the programs they have, help them find a job, help them find a place to live, help them get straightened out again. And they've done such a good job. There's so many great success stories, man, making a difference. Join me at WQM to show support to one of my favorite charities, really making a difference in our community through workforce development, education, as one of the many services and programs they do to make their mission even possible. Any level of support is impactful. A lot of families, a lot of individuals, but hey, we're changing lives daily, and you can be a big part of it. Go to chapmanpartnership.org. Thank you so much.
If you
Kia, you always pay less than your Pricito at the Rao Kia. Visit us at the Rao Kia or at theRaoKia.com. Starting with Canes baseball, who beat Indiana State 6-2 for their fifth straight win to start the season. Next up, Miami will host Lafayette for a 4-game series beginning tomorrow night. In the NBA, the second half of the season kicks off tonight. The Heat will be in Atlanta tomorrow night to take on the Hawks. And the USA Hockey beat Sweden 2-1 in overtime. Next up, the U.S. will play Slovakia in the semifinals tomorrow afternoon. Joe, we'll toss it back to you.
All right. Thank you so much, Woody. As I want to thank Jeff Darlington for joining us and spend a little time. it's an interesting topic. I've had the same talk with Jimmy Johnson about certain guys are better offensive coordinators than they are head coaches. You and I just talking during the break. Mike's going to have to change some things if he's going to be a head coach, Mike McDaniel.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not saying he can't because, he's real creative and stuff. And I know he didn't just want to be an offensive coordinator. He wants to be a head coach again. But he's going to have to change some things. That thing about everybody being late, I heard his take on it, and I just disagree. I would never come out. If I had a problem with it just, no matter what, it doesn't make the players look bad. It makes you look bad.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean,
it doesn't affect you look bad.
So that was the line that I think I don't know if it was at the combine or it was the league meetings or whatever when he went up to talk and he said, well, guys have been coming late or missing practices and I find them, but you can find them enough money. The money doesn't do anything. So I don't know what to do. And once he said, I don't know what to do, you go, oh, no, that's not a good look.
No, because it just looks like, hey, dude, we're looking going, they don't respect you if that's going on. That's what it is. You don't show up on time.
Well, and so what do you do? And so, again, in our life, well, there's two things that so I remember, and I've told this story probably too many times here. Coach Shula drafted a guy in the third round, offensive lineman in the third round, my second year, I think. Maybe my second year. And cut him the first week. The first week he cut him. And they asked him, why'd you cut him? Third round pick. He said, because I know he's never going to play on my football team. Why should I keep him around? I'll look for somebody else.
Yeah.
And that sends a message, right? And,
so
and
the only thing I say back to you, though.
And the other message is this. Okay, you miss practice. Every time, when you get that little red dot and everything you do wrong, you said, oh, maybe if you were on time, you would know better than doing this.
So, I mean, you can do that.
Would put you out
no, he did.
And then you could. I don't know, but you can now.
The embarrassment of I always thought that worked. Yeah. I think it would work on today's players too.
Yes.
Now you got to have basketball as a coach to do it to your best players. Problem is, two guys that he had the biggest problem with, Ramsey and Tyreek.
Yeah.
What are you going to do? Two of your best players, you need them. One's your number one cover corner, and the other guy's your best player. The hell, he's the best player in the league when he's late all the time, but he's putting up 1,800 yards and 119 catches. And
well, look, we had Duper and Clayton putting up numbers, and they pushed him a little bit, but
they still went by the rules, though.
They still went by the rules.
Now
they may have pushed the limit a little bit.
Oh no, he pushed it on him.
But one thing you knew, and I think we all knew, once your skills start to erode, you're gone.
Oh no, he told him that.
Gone.
And Clayton says, "I know that. Now I'm going back out there." Okay.
Yeah.
And he did, and that's he played, but. Yeah, Clay was great at when shoes would come in, Clayton would be right there.
Oh, he'd stand right at the threshold of the door.
And it just he knew it was grinding his gears, but he was like, well, I'm not late. I'm coming at the same time you are. Behind him, right in front of him.
He would stand there. Coach Shula would be at that podium, and Mark would stand at the threshold of the door until like maybe 2 seconds. Then he'd step in the door, and he'd walk behind Coach Shula, and he'd kind of give that little look at us. Give him a little smile.
Oh no, he messed with him all the time. And shoes coming in, and especially after loss is not in a great mood.
I don't think Dupe ever pushed him like that.
No.
But Clayton, look, he's his own man. But he
nobody better on Sunday.
Yeah, that's right.
No, nobody better on Monday night, Sunday night.
But you got Ramsey and you got Tyreek, and I wonder if Tyreek had the same situation in Kansas City,
that's a
where
Andy Reid just.
So and look, Jimmy Johnson's always said, hey, there's the rules aren't for everybody. Certain guys that the rules may be one way for you, but it's going to be a little different for Troy Aikman and Emmitt Smith.
So Jimmy Johnson came on here in the last month and told a story about Michael Irvin. And he had missed a plane and got his own thing. He said, hey, so I'm sorry, coach. He shows up on his own. So I'm sorry. He was just a little late. And Jimmy didn't hold the plane for him.
Yeah.
We're going. I'm not waiting for him. And so he got there and he says, "Look, you're not starting." And so Norv Turner's offensive coordinator, and they went 3 and out or something. He said, "Has he paid the penalty enough?" He goes, "Yeah, put him back in." So he got back in, and they're throwing Michael the football all over the place. But it's
the problem is
I'll have the answer.
So the problem is it's so if you let so I think the only thing you could do is that next guy that's not such a star comes late, you're out, and set the boundary. I don't know. It's just look, it can go a lot of ways, but it was certainly was a dilemma with those guys.
I actually talked to our new coach, Jeff Hafley, about this. He said, "You're kidding, right? You're talking to me about this, about being late,
right?
Not going to happen.
Yeah.
Period. Not going to happen. Day one. Just let's make this clear."
And look, this is a generational thing too, because I remember who we had. We had a guy who's a good wide receiver, and he was a receiver coach for the Dolphins for a long time, and he was a good player. I forget his name. Anyway, and I remember talking to him, and someone was talking about guys coming late or whatever with one of the coaches, and so I asked him. I said, "Sean." Oh gosh. Anyway, so I said, how you played 10 years in the league? He said, yeah. I said, how many times were you late for a meeting? He says, never. And how many practices how many meetings did you miss? Never, none. And I could ask you the same thing.
No.
I
told you though,
none.
I wasn't good enough.
No, well, yeah, but but still, I think you would look at most of the guys that played on our team, and they'd say no. Tony Nathan, you go down the list. How many guys miss a team? How many guys you remember?
You remember Dwight Stevenson missing?
No,
some? It was like best player in the league.
No, so I mean, I think it's a generational thing, but and look, it's a societal thing, I guess, because things that we didn't do just out in the outside world is commonplace now with some people. But
I think Bradley Chubb, by the way, is going to be just fine. He's going to get. He had a really good season. He's going to be fine. The Tyreek Hill thing coming back from this knee. I mean, everybody's got him matched up with like the Bills and the Cowboys and the going back to the Chiefs. And I'm like, you better hold off.
That's a tough injury to come back, especially if you're an offensive lineman.
He destroyed that knee.
I mean, like I think literally everything that could have gone wrong. They dislocated ligaments. I think he had some
ACL,
bones broke, whatever. So and Tyreek makes his living off running fast and cutting sharp. Two things that are going to put a lot of pressure on that after you rehab that thing, right?
Well, listen, they're all saying the right things. He's going to be back in time for the start of the season and all those things. Hey, so let me ask you. We've talked to everybody else about this. I don't know what the total upside of Malik Willis is. I have no idea.
I don't either.
He hasn't played enough to know. Right. He really hasn't. Right. The little bit he's played in Green Bay was really good. His numbers were for very little play and getting a win for him and everything. I think they'd like to have him, but you might have 2 or 3 teams interested. How high does somebody go on a guy that has such little playing time?
Well, so if you look at young available guys, he's probably the number one guy on the list, right?
I think he's the only one that we're not sure what his upside is yet. We haven't seen it. All the other veterans we know.
Everything that I've heard from a number standpoint, you're looking at 20-25 million a year. And is that a lot is that a lot in well, no, that's a lot of money to us. But is that a lot of money in the quarterback realm
that
of
ain't
the National
open competition?
Right.
That's not, hey, Quinn, open competition with Malik. If I give him 20-25, Malik, go ahead and take the first group, please.
Yeah, well, no doubt. I mean, you certainly if he comes in, if they're going to give him, if they're going to be his free agent, the trophy free agent guy that they get, there's no doubt he's going to be that first guy in the huddle. No doubt. Because I've said it before, these coaches and the general manager, if anybody knows him,
they know.
Where was he, at Tennessee before?
Yes,
right?
he got drafted by Tennessee, I think 3rd round pick, and then spent the last 2 years with.
So they certainly know, and if they're going to give him a contract like that, you got to feel that they believe he's got the goods to be a starting quarterback in this league, right?
So yes,
if they try to chip in there and go, hey, we'll give you $12 million, you know, and then they're not so. So
you know what's crazy about it? Like Jeff Halfley actually had him. He ran a scout team. He was
Right.
the scout team coach. So whatever the look was that week, he goes, "Hey, go full speed." And so you talk about knowing him. His defense with Green Bay went against them for 2 years. He's seen every part of his good days, his bad days, running, throwing, things he doesn't do. Nobody knows him better than the head coach right now
absolutely.
of the Miami Dolphins,
Yeah.
Jeff Halfley.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm curious, man. I'm like everybody else. I'm curious to see what's going to happen with this. We got to go to break here. We've got a lot more. Kim Bocamper in the house with us this morning, and you often run into the Thursday.
No, I got
time.
Yeah, I got time.
All right, good. All right, hey, listen,
it's running on. It's running smoothly now. I don't have to.
You got that thing going?
Yeah, I got that going. Yeah.
We got that first one with the big guy out of the way. We're good now. Hey, right now, I want to tell you about your South Florida Chevy dealers. Well, I tell you what, been talking about them for a long, long time. Been driving Chevy a long, long time. Got myself a 2026 Chevy Tahoe right now. It's unbelievable. I love it. And if you're looking for a car, truck, or SUV, you're going to love them too, because 2026 never looked better than right now. Chevy's been making and keeping a promise to America for more than 100 years. We build dependable trucks for the most dependable people. Hard work is in our DNA, same as you. We make a truck absolutely perfect for your lifestyle with all the power, efficiency, dependability, and capability that you would ever need right now. The truck knowledge that Chevy has is unbelievable. Hey, we make a truck absolutely perfect for you. Midsize, full-size, heavy-duty trucks, we got them all. It's like they've custom-made a truck perfect for your lifestyle. We build dependable trucks for the most dependable people. Drive Chevrolet. Hey, looking for a new truck? New SUV? Stop by your South Florida Chevy dealers. Remember, start your drive with Chevrolet. If you haven't been there, 14 dealerships throughout South Florida. Take that test drive and fall in love at your South Florida Chevy dealers today.
The Joe Roche
Futures down almost 200 points. NASDAQ down about 115. Joe, will send it back to you.
All right, and Kim Bocamper's with us. Been nice enough to come in on Thursdays, even with the coaches show now done. And by the way, man,
you got me used to getting up early in the morning. It's good. I'd be up anyway.
Yeah, no, it's great. Hey, I didn't know till a few weeks ago, and I had heard John Eric Sullivan had ties to South Florida with family. I never really. I heard somebody say it.
That one of his father or the coach.
Listen,
was Sullivan.
You remember him?
Yeah,
he was really close to us.
Yes,
Jerry Sullivan.
Jerry Sullivan. Yeah.
So I'm talking to him one day. He was great. And by the way,
the coach to
a receiver coach.
Yeah,
and he was great. I mean, those guys. They wouldn't do
talking
anything.
To Coach Sullivan,
Jerry Sullivan.
Jerry Sullivan.
Jerry Sullivan is John Eric Sullivan's father.
Wait, so he was down when
he was a receiver coach here with the Miami Dolphins.
Yeah.
Anyway, he says to me, I'm from down there. I'll never forget. And I go, really? I said, he goes, yeah, you probably never guessed what high school. It said Jackson. I still remember. I didn't even look it up. He said Jackson High School. And I went, Jackson High School?
Yeah, wow.
Yeah, how about that one?
Yeah.
And he was talking about, so because I looked and John Eric Sullivan didn't have anything to, was there. But his dad's still alive. I see he's in his 80s. But
I remember Jerry. Yeah, he was
great with us, Bo.
And he was a gray-haired guy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice guy. He's an old school guy.
He was old school, but he was great with us and loved to talk to the old guys. And we weren't old back then.
It's funny, but so through the year, I mean, we've like this year will be my 50th year with the Dolphins in one form or fashion.
Yeah.
Right. Got drafted in 76.
Wow.
This will be, and then after retired was doing like, alumni stuff, trying
always
to get
doing
alumni,
coaches shows,
doing
something. Yeah.
And just and so and so we've run across a lot of those guys that were kind of in our era and that we're able to talk to as coaches.
Yeah.
And you knew that they weren't going to, they'd always trust that you wouldn't throw their name out there and, hey, this guy told me that or whatever. But you could talk to them about stuff. And even to this day, there's coaches that you have an opportunity.
We always have a couple like right now, we were talking. I go, hey man, they kept Joe Barry and Austin Clark. I'm so glad they kept those guys.
Yeah.
Those are kind of our guys. And I know some of the guys got new jobs and things, but I was like, man, I was hoping they keep a few more of the guys who we're close to. But Bo, honestly, the 26, there are a lot of them I had no idea who they were. And they were here the whole time and they were kind of kept to themselves.
Yeah, well, there's some of these, their coaching staff's upwards of 30 coaches, 28 coaches, 25, whatever.
Guys, man.
Whatever it is. And so it's hard to know all of them. And I don't think all of them I don't think all of them are, I don't know if they're all on the field at the same time for practice or some are doing something else, but they got quality control and different things like that.
They do. So, they have some new titles like we've never.
Yeah.
They're throwing coordinator behind every guy's name now and stuff with some form of.
Look, and sometimes, I've said this before and I'll say it again. I think too little is too little. A lot may be too much. You know what I mean? From a number standpoint. And I think this started around the Nick Saban because I remember Nick would.
I don't remember who started the 25 man.
So I remember when Nick
staff.
came in. So I remember he had because he was the DB coach, and then they had a cornerback coach, and then they had a safety coach, and they had a nickel coach. And there's some of these guys I've talked to over the years. They said, okay, you got this coach and that coach, so you got an edge rusher coach, a rushing guy coach. And then you got the interior guy coaches, and do you guys go? Oh no, we don't go in the same room. They got the interior guys in one room, they got the edge rushers in another room.
Yeah.
And then I go, and then so you don't communicate in the meeting room together because when we had like 6 or 7 coaches, 8 coaches maybe when I came in, and so we had in my room I was a linebacker, and so anybody involved in the passing game was in that room. Whether your defensive back. Linebackers were all in there, and the defensive coordinator was ran the meetings, and then you had all the defensive line, whether you're a tackler. There was the two. You guys did the same thing, right?
Yep.
Offensive line was by themselves. Everybody else was in that.
That's right.
In that room.
In the
because you're involved with the passing game,
receivers,
all those
tight
things.
end, everybody was together, so
yeah.
everybody was on the same page on everything from blitz breakoffs to.
So it's funny to be in a situation like that where you got a tight end room, right, and you got a receiver room, and you're both talking about blitz breakoffs or things that sometimes cross paths, whether you're a tight end or a wide receiver, whatever you are. But you're not in the meeting room at the same time. It seems
I know
odd.
you've said this more than once. Basically, if you look at a 53-man roster, and I know there's practice squad guys, but it's basically now it's one coach for every 2 players.
Yeah.
It's just it's crazy. I think everybody thinks that. Hey, listen, we got 200 people travel with the team now.
Yeah. Yeah.
We got guys back there that analytics, sports science, social media is a big one.
Yeah.
I go, what do you guys do? They go, oh man, we're following guys around trying to get good shots and put stuff up because we're feeding the masses, man.
Yeah.
They feed the masses with fresh stuff every day.
And you wonder what they do. You wonder what they do from a social media standpoint. But then you get on the plane on the way back, and they're all getting that content out.
Oh, spitting it out while we're home and
editing and spitting. And
we're looking at what food we're going to get. And they're already looking at.
I'm waiting for that big burger to come out. That little
airplane burger, dry with extra mayonnaise and mustard.
Those guys are like they got that burger, but they're working on that.
Oh, they'll mess around.
Yeah.
Those kids do. They do a great. I call them kids. The
It's
younger
funny
people
though.
do a great job.
It's funny the amount of people that employ that these football teams employ now.
Hey, we had one security person.
Yeah. Yeah. So
they got more than one now.
So I've always thought for a while that if you were a sports guy and not particularly a player, that why doesn't a college do a major in football? Right? Because there's more than there's 200 people in that building. So, you could major in football, the business side of the football,
well, then go
the
in one
media side of the
specific
football.
part of it.
Yeah, I mean, because why do the other bull crap if that's what you want to do? Look at Woody. Woody's like, what this guy's.
No, I mean, I don't want to burst your bubble, but they have sport management programs.
Yeah,
but I'm talking specifics.
Well, you just want them to major in just football.
You just want to hear football degree.
But so when so this is how far along
you'd be a professor.
So when I was
colleges are just thrilled hearing this.
So when
it's an interesting take by Bo, right?
No.
I love it.
Look, when I came into college, I knew I wasn't going to study. I knew I was barely going to go to class.
Me neither, but you don't have to tell everybody.
And so I was going to, so I went in with a physical education, which is what everyone did. Everyone did. Half of our team was at San Jose State. Probably 3/4 of our team was physical education, right? And that was just like going to, well, why don't you just call it a football scholarship? I mean, why don't you just call it football and do that, right?
Yeah, but what if you go to an academic powerhouse like Joe?
Yeah. Well, you know what? If I would have went to Cal, I wouldn't have gone to class either.
Hey, by the way, don't.
I wasn't going to class.
You know, the joke was when I got there. By the way, somebody find Chuck Muncie. He's not sure how to get to the campus to play.
Right.
We had those guys too. I
majored in San Jose State breezeway. We had a breezeway where all the kids would come and go, and I'd sit in that breezeway all day long. and just shoot the crap with my buddies.
What's wrong with you, man?
It served me well, Joe. It served me well.
I
committed to what I committed to.
Woody and I were laughing one day because Carson Beck said, "Hey, man," and everybody's kind of taken back by that. I was too. So he's already got his degree from Georgia,
right?
So said, "Hey, man, What they ask him? Woody? What they ask him about?
Something came up about class, and I think he said he graduated. I haven't been in class in a few years.
I haven't been in class in a couple years. I'm here for football.
But then you got Fernando Mendoza. Like he graduated from
3
Cal.
years in Berkeley.
And so what do you do now? He goes, well, I picked up another couple degrees. He went the other way. He wanted to get more education.
He's like a year. He's a year away from being as smart as that kid is. He's probably close to being a medical doctor right now.
But if they're going to pay for you to get these degrees, it's probably wise to take advantage of it.
Right. Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. But I don't know how many people do that. And look, if it was me, I'd be the Carson Beck guy. I'd go, let me go play tennis or do something, do this or that. And,
you would be go chase little Mary Lou around outside there a little bit.
Were there a lot of girls named Mary Lou in your day?
I don't know.
Because you use that name a lot.
I do.
I don't know,
Yeah.
but I know Mary Jane was around a lot.
Mary Jane was everywhere. Mary Jane loved Bong too. Bong man. They're all good friends. You're right. They were very close. I don't know. I do use some of those old names, Woody. Sorry about that. I had to nickname him because
Yeah.
No, it's fine. I just was curious if there were a lot of Mary Lou's running around back then.
no, we had a lot of
Mary
names
Lou's
like
was
that.
good, Yeah. Look, the names have gone,
More modern?
Well, they go through every year. They show all the most popular names. They're always different every year, right?
Yeah.
For the kids that are
Yeah,
born in
but
that
sometimes you hear names like Harold.
year. Yeah, right.
Harold's a great name. We got to bring that back.
Harold's good. Harold Solomon.
Wasn't there a famous turtle named Harold?
I had a lot of Heralds.
Like in one of those
There's
storybooks?
Miami Herald.
That's true.
Miami
yeah.
Herald.
Like all the newspapers.
All right. Before you get into all the kids' stories again and take us
whole
back,
segment-
that's what he
that whole
does.
segment gave you nothing. There was nothing to latch onto in that segment right there.
No, it was nothing.
Just pure idiocy.
No, it was bad, but the fact that you were talking about San Jose State. I love the San Jose. You went to San Jose City College, and we're actually practicing at San Jose State. That's incredible.
And I was going to, and I was
I've never heard of that.
I was a bouncer. I was a bouncer in a coffee shop in Skid Row in San Jose. I'd work from 10 o'clock to 6 in the morning because they had this coffee shop had, I can't say the name because you can't say it anymore. So they had the endless cup of coffee, 5 cents. You could drink coffee all you want. So I would, back then it was the bums, but the homeless, they would scrape up a nickel. They'd buy 1 cup of coffee and they'd sit in the booths all night, and I had to roust them out. That was my job, was rousting out the homeless.
They wanted you to keep them outside.
Keep them outside.
Wow. Yeah. And all they wanted was that coffee. Keep that caffeine
Just
high.
that nickel. Give me a nickel, my friend.
Wow. All right. Hey, listen, we got to go to break here. I'm going from that hot coffee to Chillzone. Oh, yeah. I love telling everybody about Chillzone. Chillzone air conditioning, that is. Oh, my gosh. Hey, we got new sheriff, man. President Melissa over there does a great job. Family owned and operated. Father started 20 years ago. Melissa's running the show. She wants to let you know that she takes the calls, sends out the crews every day, covering all of South Florida, by the way. Never a problem. And by the way, whatever the problem is, whether you need a new air conditioning unit, whether the one you have needs to be fixed or anything else, including, duct cleaning, never going to be a problem with Chillzone AC. They do it all for you. It's about great service. It's about great communication, but it's about being on time. It's about making sure they do it the right way, getting the job done. They've had all the folks with them now for a long, long time. And again, if you've had a bad experience, which is going to happen in the air conditioning business, it gets a bad reputation. I tell you what, I think you're going to love Chillzone Air Conditioning. You're going to love this woman. She is fantastic. She and her staff over there are going to do great work for you. Give them a call, 786-378-2778. And if you didn't write it down, just remember chillzoneac.com. That's Chillzone Air Conditioning. Chill, keep you nice and cool. That's what they do. Again, tell her you heard it right here on 104.3 WQM. And you can get 5% off your next service or free filters for a year with a service agreement. I think you're going to like Melissa and her staff at Chillzone Air Conditioning.
Today's topics are sponsored.
All right, welcome back here. Kim Bokamper's with us. Hey, so I guess you found out the writers, if you say something, they
yeah, it's odd. You know, it's they can't come up with their own stuff.
I just think they think they're thinking the same thing, but when they can put your name in there for you saying it, and
so it kind of deflects from them a little bit.
Who are you talking about, by the way? You want to put a name on it?
Well, Barry's guilty.
Yeah, Barry got me.
Joe Shad's good.
He every now and then. I saw David Furones jumped on last.
Oh,
week.
Furones did jump in there from
which is a
Sun
first.
Sentinel.
Which was a first for that. Yeah. I don't know that
Hey.
it's funny because I don't know that that I said anything earth shattering. Right. I mean,
anything you said about Tua has been said on this show many times.
Yeah, I just say a different way. I guess I just use my, my own vernacular, I guess.
And I told Joe he's been a little hard on Tua.
Who?
Joe.
Joe has?
I mean, he's
Joe's
like,
been a little hard
it
on
seems
Tua.
like it's almost personal at this point. He just wants him gone.
For who?
I do want him gone.
Yeah.
Joe?
Tua. Yeah.
Well, look, whether you want him gone or not, he's going to be gone.
Well, that's not guaranteed, but
Well, it's
Well,
so put a percentage. I'm putting a
90.
90% percentage on it. 90%, right?
Then
I kind of want him to stay now just because how awkward it would be for you guys.
It's not awkward.
Awkward. What do you mean awkward?
I don't know what he keeps saying that. We see him at the hotel. It never changes.
Yeah.
Yeah, but now when you say hello to him, he might
No,
know.
I don't say hello to him. He don't say hello to me. I don't say hello to him.
Correct.
Hmm.
Well,
why don't you say hello first? Maybe.
Listen to you. You want to go through your stuff here? Do you want to go through that again?
You say maybe if you said hello to him, maybe he's he fears you guys.
Let me see. So you think Tua might stay?
No, I'm not saying that. But I do think there's a chance.
Well, so there's a chance. So then you're going to get, let's say Malik is the guy you get. So you're going to want Tua.
They're not both going to be here.
Okay, but here's the
That's
counter
way too
to that
much
would
for that
be
position.
if they think Malik's not the guy.
Well, then
You're going to be paying Tua regardless.
So then it'll be Quinn Ewers and Tua and whoever else the third guy.
Okay, but that's the thing. Like, you're going to be paying him regardless.
So you want Quinn Ewers to have Tua breathing over his back.
That's
if they don't like Malik Willis, I'd be perfectly fine with Quinn Ewers as a starter.
If they don't like Malik Willis,
yes, I don't need Kirk Cousins or anyone like that.
They're not getting one of those guys, and he doesn't want to come.
I believe the starter is not on this roster right now.
I agree.
Right?
Yeah, but where's the starter coming from?
I don't know who it is.
There's a whole bunch of guys.
I don't know who it is, but I don't think the starter's on our roster right now in that room.
It just seems like the team is trying to bottom out at this point. So to fight to get to 5, 6, 7 wins doesn't seem like the greatest approach
I don't
either.
think look.
What's the chance Quinn Ewers starts?
I would say
20, 30%,
20%, maybe 15. I look. We didn't see enough of him. I like Quinn. It's certainly better than number 3. That would kind of vacillated between number 2 and number 3.
You talking about Zach Wilson?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think he's playing tennis.
What's your take on that guy?
By the way, you want to talk about a guy's name that never gets mentioned?
Yeah.
Zach Wilson.
Yeah.
We're talking about all this stuff. And I'm sure after what happened to him, he couldn't get out of here fast enough.
But I swear I can't figure that guy out, though. Because all I hear is Joe talk about the guy's got the best arm and this and that. And
yeah, but so
I'm sure he does. But
so he was the number 2 pick in the draft, right?
Yeah.
Right, number 2.
Another quarterback the Jets ruined.
The Dolphins were his 3rd team, right? Or 4th. He went to the Jets. Where'd he go?
Denver.
The Jets, Denver, and then us.
Yeah.
3 teams. And in 4 years. That tells you something, right?
Same exact thing happened to Sam Darnold.
Tells you same, yeah. Well,
so
yeah. Okay.
Baker Mayfield bounced around. I mean, it can happen that these guys are in bad spots.
You know how crushing that was?
Look, I would take Baker Mayfield right now.
Well, everybody would.
Yeah. So and look, Baker. I don't think you put.
Where'd that come from?
I don't think you putting Baker Mayfield into the same character of Sam Darnold. I think it's a little bit different.
No, I'm just talking about guys that
I know,
have bounced
moved
around, were in
yeah.
bad situations,
Right,
and ended up, making a career for themselves here. But I don't understand the Zach Wilson thing. Like, either he's just a really
Well,
bad
what does it
guy,
tell you?
or
No,
I don't know.
think he's a
but-
bad guy. I don't think he's a bad guy.
He's not a bad guy.
So he just
Very
can't.
nice guy.
He just can't play. Like he's got the arm, but it just doesn't come together. Like what's the deal?
Well, I don't know, but he's been on 3 teams, and you're the number 2 pick in the draft. That doesn't. There could be a number of things.
When
wrong.
they move,
maybe he doesn't. Maybe he doesn't have that fire burning in his belly to be the best guy.
Okay.
You know, maybe he's like Joe. He likes to play tennis a little too much. You know.
He's the day that
maybe he's a little SOFT. I don't know.
Is this thing are you saying is that you think those a knock on him?
I'm just
This is, by the way, exactly what I hope to get by
it's just
posing
odd.
this question.
It's just odd, you know. I just go. The guy's been on. It's number 2 pick in the draft. He's been on 3 different teams. There's something there. I don't know what that something is, and you can poke and prod at whatever, but there's something that's not there. So
yeah, there was something there when they benched Tua and they said, "And you're not the quarterback. Quinn, you're in there."
So
what? What about me?
So Mike points at 2 and you're out, and two guys start reaching for a ball, and what did Mike do? Go, hey, Zach, you don't need that ball.
Zach, you're gonna be the backup. You'll still be the backup.
That was odd. I'm sitting down there watching. As soon as I saw it, like immediately, once he threw an interception or something, right? And you see Mike. I saw Mike go to Frank or whoever,
Frank Smith, and say, "Hey,
no, who's the quarterback coach?"
Now I'm thinking about Slowick, and he wasn't.
No, not Bobby Slowick.
Yeah.
Anyway, the guy was with Tua all the time. Yeah, as soon as he went to him, I go, oh, this is where the hook comes out.
So, Tua's made it clear he wants to get out of here. They just got to somehow make this thing work so they can give him his wish.
So Tua goes. Someone picks him up. Does he revive his career?
I think he could start again because all the injuries.
Yeah.
Look at the end of the year. Look at all the guys that the Jets are down to a 3rd quarterback again.
Yeah.
First 2 guys here. We've got the rookie free agent playing against us. There are a lot of teams had injured. I guess he could. I'd recommend he go indoors, try to find indoor facility.
Yeah. No
and
doubt.
Try to stay out of the northeast cold weather and wind blowing and stay away from those situations.
Yeah, acclimate weather, acclimate weather. Is it acclimate weather? Wasn't really his
I know
ball
what
of
you
wax.
mean. I know what you mean by that.
Bad weather.
Bad weather. Yeah. I'm trying to be. Since I didn't go to college very long.
Yeah, it's true. Maybe if you would have listened in class.
I'm just trying to act like I'm a little smarter than I am.
That's all right.
Actually,
You're making fun of all these writers who use big words, and you can't even pronounce. What was it? Inclement.
Inclement weather.
Yeah.
See,
I bet Joe Shad can pronounce that word.
I needed you. I needed Woody. Where'd you go to? Berry University?
He's a South Florida guy.
Yeah, I went to USF. Not,
Good school.
Yeah, good school. Yeah.
Sure.
I could have gone in there.
A lot of my family went there. You could have gone there.
I could have gone. Yeah.
You'd be good today.
I could have gone anywhere that I didn't have to go to class.
No, we need high character athletes over there.
We need high character guys. That's right. That's
guys
all.
that speak the English language. Come on.
Well, listen, Bo, man, I appreciate it as always, man. You coming in, spend some time with us here today.
It's always fun. It's always
fun. Getting everything going a little bit here before you head back up to Fort Lauderdale.
Gets me up early in the morning and getting a little traffic to get my juices going. 2 or 3 cups of coffee. Not those jumbo coffees I see
those
right
are
over
big
there.
boys, man.
Those
kick in at 4:30 in the morning.
You need to,
4:30 a.m.
You just need to bring one of those ones with the handle, with the little top that you screw off.
By the way, that little coffee hoe I'm married to, she's gonna be ready at 3 today. She's gonna want to go at it again. That girl loves to drink coffee.
There you go.
She is a coffee hoe, man. There's no question about. Hey,
twice
she's a coffee hoe.
Great.
That's right.
3 times now.
Woody, who the Canes got next?
For what?
Virginia.
You're the basketball. You're the basketball.
Oh yeah, we're playing Virginia on the road on Saturday.
Okay.
You going?
On the road? No, I'm not going to Virginia. Are
He
you
tried
going?
to get you, bro.
Are
He's
you
such
going?
a clown.
Do you go on the road with them?
Not for this one, Bo.
Okay. Do you broadcast from here?
Yes.
Goodbye, Bo.
He helps out from
Zagaki's
there.
on the sideline. You're here in your booth. watching it on TV with a delay.
Good call, Joe.
Today's topics are sponsored by Local Plum.